I ain't saying nothing. I'm just dancing right now. Let me know if this sound is coming in clear, y'all. Let me know before we get started. We got a small list to go over today, but I want to make sure this stuff is crystal clear. I'm over here on my Facebook page. Had to hit refresh real quick. See if I can get this thing up and running over here. Yeah, they got me locked. I don't know why they do that. They used to always have me public. Now they got me locked until I think they're scared of me. Facebook is scared of me because they see my posts all the time. They like, he's back. This dude is back. Cool. My man Logan said, we good. Hey, we good? Are we good? Are we good? Is the sound crystal clear, my man? Oh, man, let's see what we got. We got my man Steve in the building, Jesse, Rock, Logan. There we go, man. Everybody's coming in the building early because it's time to get this barbecue started. It's time to cook. You know what I'm saying? Let's get to cooking. But all right, Logan says we good to go. He gave me the thumbs up. Let's go. I know for real, Facebook is like that. Facebook be like, man, we did not let this dude get back on. Man, he is killing us. Zuckerberg said, we got to let all these people back. Yep, let them all back. And they let me back in and they messed up. I got one of the most hated Facebook pages on planet Earth right now, but I love it. Y'all know how I don't even add people to Facebook. I just make everything public. I used to have stuff for friends only. I rarely do friends only posts. It might be some in there. I don't know. So for all the people out there who keep trying to add me on Facebook by sending me a friend request, you don't have to send me a friend request. It's all public anyways. So I don't really add friend requests. There are tons of them sitting in my Facebook profile. I got probably 650 or 670 people on my Facebook. I don't really do Facebook like that. So I don't add people on there because I'm not really on there like that. I'm on YouTube more. I'm on TikTok more. So I don't invite people to get on my Facebook. So a lot of people try to, oh man, let me send them a friend request. That shit's gonna sit there for like 5 months. I don't answer friend requests on Facebook. All that shit's public. So don't friend request me. Don't. I'm not building it up. When I start working on my Facebook page and wanting to build it up and get followers and stuff on it, I'll start adding people. Right now, I don't add nobody on it. I'm adding everybody on YouTube and everybody's added on TikTok. I don't add nobody on there. So it's like, and if people do it every day I get on there, man, it's probably like 150 friend requests sitting there. I don't even know, man. I'm just like, I ignore that shit. I keep it moving. I'll come over on YouTube and I'll do my live streams on YouTube, but I stream them on Facebook. And I think people see that and go, oh man, I'm gonna follow them, friend request them. I don't answer friend requests. I just don't even answer them. I mean, it's rare. If it's somebody I'm like, oh shit, that's right, this person, I'll add them because it's a more intimate group. It's a smaller group, but everything's public anyways. Don't even add me on Facebook. Just look at it. You ain't got to add it. Just look at it. So I don't build that up. I don't build it up. What up, Mookie? What up, Kev? What up, Sonny? Oh, Black Label in the building. Denver in the barbecue. Let's get ready to get it going, man. Yeah, but I got a nice little stream today, man. Let me get my sound ready, man. I got it kind of blasting in my ear right now. Here we go. I think that's a little bit better. I usually run it around about 24. I usually start at around about 35 or so. Then I'll crank it up to about 24, 25. And that's about as much as I can take. Kevin, my man, from Lakeland, Florida. There we go. Florida's in the house, man. We got Florida in the house. We got Denver in the house. Who else is in the house? We got Vegas in the house. I know we got Phoenix. I saw Jesse up top. Man, we got a lot of different cities coming into the barbecue. That's what's up. Put your city on. Put your city on. Because you never know who might be watching and going, hey, I actually need a driver in Lakeland, California. Oh, I need a driver in Austin. Oh, let me hit that person up. Hey, can you be my private driver? I'm in Austin. So we got Sonny in Austin. That's what I'm talking about. Always feel free to market your services over here. You know what I'm saying? When you're in the chat, when you're doing it, feel free to market your services because there's no telling who's looking at these streams. It might be a rider just cruising in their car like, oh man, this podcast is on. Let me listen to this podcast. Might be just cruising and be like, oh, wait a minute. Jacksonville, Florida. Oh, you in Jacksonville? Dude, I've been looking for a driver in Jacksonville. We got to go out this weekend. Can you come pick me up? It's like, oh man, we got you. Most fucked up state, Austin. Kevin, my man, Kevin Mango's down in Florida, Jacksonville. Man, my son's down in Port St. Lucie. So next time, I got to come to Florida to come visit him one day in Port St. Lucie. I don't know how far that is from Jacksonville, but I'm going to have to come swing through Jacksonville while I'm on that side of the country. We'll go hang out. We'll do some riding around and do some live streams. Man. But oh yeah, and we got a little bit to talk about. I got my PAX shirt on today because we're gonna have a little discussion about PAX. We got a lot of people out there right now signing up on PAX. A lot of people signed up on PAX, and they're hitting up Jamil, or they're hitting me up saying, "Hey man, I'm on PAX, but I'm not getting any requests. I'm not getting anything on schedule or nothing like that." The reason why, because I told you from the get-go the type of PAX, the app that PAX was. You need to have your initial advertise. You need that 60-second ad of yourself. If you don't have your 60-second ad, you're not on the platform yet. If you don't have a professional photo, not even professional photo, just have a really nice photo. Don't have a photo of your car sitting in the driveway next to your other broken down car. Don't have it. Drive somewhere while you're out. Put it in front of a nice office building. Take a picture of it. While you're in front of a cool park, take a picture of your car. Use that on your page. Take a picture of you standing by your car, you dressed up. You've got to get your profile ready because I told you from the get-go, PAX is the type of app that people are going to log on to the app and they're going to look for the type of driver they get. This is not Uber. It's not just a bunch of random pings and you're looking at a 4.95 or a 4.90 and what type of car. No, these people are choosing their drivers. So on PAX, if your profile is not complete, and we have said so many times, we're meeting this day to do complete profile. This Thursday and Friday, I think, Jamil and everybody's meeting up too, because there's a few drivers that want to get their profiles completed. So they'll be showing up, helping them get their profiles completed so they can be on the platform and actually get scheduled rides, get pings and stuff like that. So what you got to do is pay attention to the live streams, pay attention to the video. I'm giving everybody all the information for free. This stuff's not even hidden. I speak like perfect English sometimes and people will still call. How come I'm not getting? I'm like, bro, did I not say that in English? Did I not use complete sentences? Did I leave out some subjects and predicates? Did I not put a verb in there somewhere? You don't see an adjective or an adverb? Did I have a prepositional phrase at the end of the sentence, which is completely bad grammar? No. I told you exactly the type of app this was and that you've got to have your interview. You got a 60-second interview. You got to have your profile picture. Got to have pictures of your car. You got to have a bio to talk about yourself. Because when people say, hey, I want to go get a driver, let me go on PAX. If you don't have all that criteria done, your profile's not active. It's not active. So it's like, man, This is what's cracking, Jeff? What's cracking, Jeff? Sorry, late to the barbecue picking up Stina, so I just got the Terminal 3. Tell Stina I said what's up when she gets in. But I knew what you said. You were saying what's cracking, Jeff? It says what's cracking, Jeff? I speak computer too, man. They used to call me Robot Watts back in the day. I speak computer. When he says what's cracking, Jeff, is what's cracking, Jeff. I get it. I've been texting for a long time. Exactly. Some people don't understand English. I understand talk text. I understand binary code. I understand everything, man. I understand it all. So even though it might say something wrong, I use context clues and I'm like, I know exactly what you're saying. What's good? My man Willie Porter, young boy in the building. But yeah, so everybody out there in Arizona who's got that PAX app, if you haven't completed your profile so people can go to PAX to request you, you're not going to get any requests. You're not going to get any pings. It's just not happening. You got to complete that profile. And I told you that from the get-go, from the very first time I talked about PAX. This is a different app than Uber or Lyft. You can't just say, "Ooh, I'm approved to drive. Let me just sit back and wait on the ping." Do you got your pictures on the site yet? Nope. Okay, nobody's going to see you. Do you got your interview on the site yet? Or not your interview, but your little ad of what you want to say about yourself for 60 seconds. Is that on the app yet? Nope. Okay, well, nobody can see you then. Your profile is hidden. It's not completely approved. When it's completely approved, bam. Now you're going to be like, oh, shit, somebody just scheduled a ride with me. Ain't nobody scheduled a ride with you if your stuff's not approved. So, man, Young was out just rewatching yesterday. I told you, man, today I'm going to be on here. Willie in Memphis. I said I'm coming back on Sunday because I didn't do a long one yesterday. So today I'm gonna top this one off for about an hour and a half, 2 hours, link that together because I had some stuff I wanted to cover yesterday, but I had a private ride. So I went, knocked out my private ride. And as soon as I did that, the apps were sending me all over town. I jumped on a black SUV real quick, grabbed the guy with some golf clubs. No, I think it was just a regular black, wasn't even black SUV. So I grabbed the guy with some golf clubs and he just requested a black. I showed up and he was like, oh, nice, a truck. So he went and got his golf clubs and I was like, well, they told me it was a black. So I was just, I thought, if you got golf clubs, like an Excel or an SUV or something like that. He was like, oh, my bad. I said, yeah, because they only pay us black rates and not SUV rates. So he was like, man, he gave me $20 cash real quick, so I didn't have to convert him. Because I was going to charge him $70 instead of the 55 I was getting. I was going to charge him 70. He just slid me $20, so now I'm getting 75. He paid 85 for the ride. I was getting 55 out of the 85. So he was saying how the black SUV price or something was 140 too much. He said, man, that was 140 bucks. I'm not paying that. And I knew out of the 140, I was probably going to get about 70. So I just charged him what the SUV price was. Forget that. And I did it, man. Look at Melly Mel said, hey, man, if you in Arizona, you don't sign up for packs, you're dumb. You're dumb. Thank you, Melly Mel. Appreciate it, brother. Man. Jay Stone in the building, my man, Jay Stone. And that's the thing, man. And I tell people, if you don't have all these different apps on your phone, because right now I got my little trusty sheet here, and I'm gonna tell you guys exactly why you need apps like Pax. This is why. We already know that Uber is testing subscription-based stuff in other countries right now. They're testing it. They're eventually gonna move it here. Now, if you think it's only gonna cost you $50 to $100 to be a subscriber of Uber, you're wrong. Because they're not going to give up thousands and thousands of dollars a month, to let you get on their platform for $50. No, it might cost you $700 a month. They might say, hey, go get your own commercial insurance and you give us $700 a month and you can get on our platform. You're gonna be like, $700 a month? Yeah, it's on like about $150 a week. That's it. About $150, $175 a week is all you're paying. And it's less than the, $600-$700 you was paying us a week when you was just driving for free. When you just downloaded and was driving, you was paying us $600-$700 a month in fees. Now we're dropping the fees down to, $175 a week. You give us $175 a week, you can drive on our platform. It's like $700 a month. It's gonna be different. Uber's gonna be different. They're moving in that direction, man. They're moving in that direction. So, and I wanted to say how the fares we're seeing right now, because I was showing you guys what I was driving last week and all the fares I was getting. I was like, man, these fares are really low. Yesterday, I was telling Jamil today on the phone. Yesterday, I declined more black and black SUV rides than I did in a long time. These black and black SUV rides were so bad. I made $110 on Uber yesterday. I don't even drive Uber. I had to stop driving Lyft. It got so bad I had to start driving. I was getting paid better on Uber XL than I was getting paid on black and black SUV on Lyft. Yes. Uber XL was paying me $24 for like 3 miles. Black was paying me $14 to go like, 6 miles. I was like, what the hell's going on with black and black SUV? They're not paying. And what it is, I figured it out. We got a lot of new people on the apps. The new people don't know about the old pricing. The old pricing is in all my old videos. The new pricing is what they're teaching all the new drivers. We're upset. These new drivers are like, oh, this is better than my W-2 that I just got fired from. This is better than my W-2 I just got let go from. We're like, this is trash. This is none compared. The only industry where the more you work, the less you get paid. The more experience you are, the more of a devotion you get. Rideshare. Rideshare is the only industry that does that. The better you at this, the more experience you are at this, you get demotions every few months. Every time you update your phone, it's a new demotion. They need to put that, instead of saying update, they need to just say demotion. That's it. Because when you click that shit, you're going to get paid less. Demotion. Hey, man, did you get the new demotion on your app yet? Yeah, man, I already uploaded it. Damn. Yep. Y'all saw I was getting paid, $95 an hour. Then it drops down to about 80 some an hour. Then it drops down to 7. It's a demotion. Every week you're getting a demotion. So I'm sitting there like, why do you keep calling it update? You're not really upping nothing. It's a demotion. Just put on there, this is the latest demotion we put out for drivers. And click it, and you'll realize why you're getting paid less. And there's drivers out there driving like, oh man, this is good. I like this black. I was getting $13, $14 blacks yesterday. I'm like, since when? This is like basic Lyft stuff. I'm like, I could see $13, $14 for this. And it was like, I would charge $25, like private, $25. So they should be, at least on black and black SUV, should be paying me at least $20, $25. But no, they were paying like $13, $14. The base app was paying $7 or $8 for the ride. So they dropped the base all the way to the floor. The base fares are all the way to the floor. And they make it seem like, because they know everybody has YouTube channels and we show what we get paid sometimes. So they know it's a lot of base tier drivers out there driving, a lot of new base tier drivers starting YouTube channels. So they're showing, oh, look at me, man. I'm getting 25 an hour. I'm killing the game. I'm killing the game. Look at me, 25 an hour. And I'm like, we've never been like that, though. We've never been like that. We've always been like, 40 an hour, 35 an hour. Even on base tiers, $35, $40 an hour, because we got to cover gas and all that, and we got to save a little bit. 20, 25 an hour is not good. You're not doing well. That means every 30 minutes, you're getting $12. Every 30 minutes, you should be getting $20, $30 every 30 minutes. You shouldn't be getting $12, especially if you're driving. So no, we're not. I'm not doing that for active hours. I'm not. So base fares tanked, and now everybody's bragging about the base fares, and they're making the new black and black SUV drivers think, well, hell, I'm getting $13 to go from Tempe to Scottsdale. I'm getting $13. I'm like, bro, we used to get 25 for that. But see, I'm the old driver. I'm the experienced driver. I'm the one that's got to take the demotion, because the new people coming in don't know about the $25. They don't know that. They're coming in thinking, ooh, look, a $13 ride, because they're tired of seeing $3, $4, $7. They see $13, $14 and they freak out. Oh my God, $13, $14. I'm taking that. That's good. No, it's half of what we used to get. You just don't know it, because you came into the game when they're offering all the new fares are really low. And now all of the riders are now paying more. Yeah. So the riders are paying more now. So if the riders are paying more, the drivers are accepting less. That huge gap, that's the profit. That's the profit the apps are taking. So their profits are expanding because new drivers are taking less. Riders are paying more and more, going, man, why is it we paying more? Because it's the psychology of it. The more you use anything, the more expensive it should get over time. If you go to the amusement park tickets go up. You're like, man, amusement park tickets used to be $50. Now they're $62. Now they go from 62 to 68, 68 to 72. Man, so they started at 50 and now they're at 72. You don't see that $22 increase unless you were there from the get-go. If you just came in at 68 and it goes 68 to 72, you only see a $4 increase. So what they do, they've been incrementally getting rider fares higher. And I've talked about that in my podcast, the point of elasticity. The point of elasticity is how high can we go or how low can we go before somebody breaks? That's your point of elasticity. When they see rider demand going down, when they see drivers and riders really raising a huge ordeal, you have reached the point of elasticity. And I talked about the point of ingenuity. That's what they didn't bank on. The point of ingenuity is when people start figuring out. Once they hit that point of elasticity and they're stressed out, the point of ingenuity hits. Is where we start getting creative. Now we start thinking of ways to do ingenuity. How can we do this better without dealing with these low fares and high price? How can we do private rides? And a lot of drivers and riders both have hit that point of ingenuity of doing private rides, and the apps don't know what to do. Now they're freaking out. They're like, oh shit, we didn't bank on this. We banked on a point of elasticity, seeing when they would break, seeing when demand would change. Not when demand will completely just disappear. Demand on the apps disappear when we choose to go private. They didn't bank on that. They was like, well, it might go down a little bit. These people are leaving the apps forever. They're like, dude, I'll never. Let me show you right here. I got a message yesterday. Let me see if I can find this in here. Where's my, and then yesterday I picked up this guy from the PGA. I'll tell you about that story in a minute, but he's a great guy. Look, he's a great guy. Oh, wait a minute. Where is it at? Oh, here it is. This is my client right here. She says, hey, Jeff, I got a lift from you last Friday evening. I obviously don't expect you to remember me, but you gave me your card and I was curious what your pricing was for rides. I'm going to need one around 6 to 6:30 tonight. And so I told her everything, all this blah, blah, blah. And I was the one I agreed to $30. She says, thank you again for your card. When I plan things better, I will be using you 100%. The best lift I've ever had. This is what people want. They want to pay us. Not only that, and then she ended up giving me $60 instead of $30. I showed y'all that on the last video I dropped. I said $30. I even said it right here. I said the riding shouldn't be more than $30. Crazy traffic because of the baseball game, so 5:30 is when I can head your way. So okay, perfect. I'm totally, it says, if it ends up being too far, then expected. I'm totally understandable if a price changes. But I was like, ain't no price change, $30. She ended up giving me $60 because I didn't charge her anything different. She changed the time and everything. Didn't give me nothing. I was like, that's cool. But those are the kind of riders that we want right there. The kind that say, I'm paying you for your time, your flexibility, your car's clean, you're treating me one-on-one. Like, hey, I'll be there. I'll pull up this and that. Open the door for you. Like, instead of $30, here's 60. The apps didn't bank on that happening. The apps thought we would be, kind of crying, groveling. Please, I'm gonna go outside with my poster board. Please pay me more. I'm gonna keep protesting. Please pay me more. And I'm like, I'm not gonna be with no poster board saying, please pay me more. I'm gonna cruise up to the rider and I'm gonna tell the rider, hey, listen, these apps ain't paying us what we deserve, and I'm here to pick you up in this clean ass car right now. I'm dressed. Even yesterday, 2 cats I picked up. Oh, thank you, Antonio. He says your reach is bigger than you imagine. They can't get them in it publicly. Yeah, they can't admit it publicly. Yeah, they can't admit it. They won't admit it because for them to let us know that the chess game is really hurting them, then we gonna play chess even harder. But we already know that chess game is hurting them. We still playing harder. We getting drivers out there really playing chess out there. So yesterday, I pick up these 2 cats. One dude's from Chicago, and one dude is from, I think it was from LA. I can't remember where he's from. But the funny thing is, he was actually one of Mayweather's cousins. And he was talking about, the Mayweather family and stuff like that. But he was one, and they requested a black. So I showed up. He was like, yeah, 2 younger kids. They probably about 21. So they all like, yeah, man, this and that, man. This is a nice truck. What is this? Oh, Expedition. Oh, yeah, man, this and that, man. My cousin Floyd died. He says, the Mayweathers? I was like Floyd Mayweather? He says, yeah. I said, dude, actually, I used to live in Vegas, and I ran into Floyd Mayweather at the M Casino. Me and my son was walking out. We ate that all-you-can-eat lobster shit. And we was walking out of the M Casino, and we saw this white Phantom parked on the sidewalk, and it happened to be Floyd Mayweather. Because as I'm walking toward the Phantom, looking at the Phantom, Floyd comes walking this way. I'm like, what's up, Floyd? And I'm holding my kid. He's like 3 years old at the time. I'm like, what's up, Floyd? He was like, what's up, bro? And he just hopped his ass in this big old Phantom, drove off the curb, and kept going. I was like, that was when I saw Floyd Mayweather, like right in front of me. I'm holding my kid, walking out the damn casino. I was like, whose big ass white Phantom is this parked up on the curb, man? These people got money. Floyd Mayweather. I was like, damn. But that was his cousin. So yeah. What up, Stina? What's up, Stina? I see you say, hey, Stina's in the car. If you want to give her a shout out, she's in here with all the kids in the family. What's up, kids in the family? That's what y'all got to start calling ourselves. People say, hey, what's your name? I'm kids in the family. What's up? They're like, what? Y'all just need to get shirts that just say kids in the family. That's it. Just kids in the family. I'm like, who are y'all? We kids in the family. Who are you? And then Stina just needs a shirt that says Stina. And then all their shirt going to say all the kids in the family. This is Stina with all the kids in the family. It's like, ain't none of them got names. They're just kids in the family. What's your name? Don't matter. I'm one of the kids in the family. Don't matter. No, but yesterday, this kid, man, these 2 kids got in the car last night. And they were like, where are you from? St. Louis, this and that, Chicago. He said, I got family from St. Louis, this and that. And he was like, man, I told you. He says, look at how he's dressed. I told you people from St. Louis dress like old pimps. Well, I fell out laughing. He was like, no. He said, but you're not taking it. He said, you taking it wrong. I didn't mean like, you dress like an old pimp. I said, everybody's always pimping. Like, they always dressed up. Everybody's always like, they styling in St. Louis, man. St. Louis is different. He said, they dress like old pimps. I had my vest on. I had my hat on. He said, bro, you was clean. Got my sleeves rolled back, my slacks on. He said, I told you, everybody in St. Louis be dressing, man. People in St. Louis got style, man. They dress like old pimps. Dude had me dying. He says, no, not like that. I was rolling. I said, so I look like an old pimp? He says, no, man, you know what I mean, man? Y'all just pimping, man. In St. Louis is always pimping. We was just talking about that, man, and you pulled up talking about you from St. Louis, and that's how you dressed. I was like, no, I left high school wearing Bostonians, man. I was wearing Bostonians back when nobody even knew what they were. We always been like that. My cousin Michael Cutts taught me about that, and he old school St. Louis. He taught me about Bostonians. I was like, hey, passing down that legacy, man. This is mentioned Stina's at Circle K. Mention Stina's at Circle K to get your free Jack Daniels. Take my spot. What up, Derek, my man? This is Derek. Hey, if you go to Circle K and you say you know Derek, now that's my man Derek from Ohio right there, man. He be rolling up. He's usually kicking it with Jamil all the time. They hit the highway cracking up every time. See, that's the thing. Derek, usually everybody at Circle K knows Derek. So if you go to say Derek, you get free Jack Daniels. You might get some free Ripple, old school Ripple. That I think Sanford son used to drink Ripple. So you get a free bottle of Ripple. They like, what the hell's Ripple? Is that some kind of cryptocurrency? No, that's a drink, man. Sanford son used to drink that. Pass him my Ripple. Man, that's it. My man Billy, he said, I've learned so much here first week with more than doing private rides instead of the app. I'm telling you, Billy, man, and we teach each other. And that's why I like this channel. We teach each other, what works for us and the vehicles we got with the client base we got in the industry we're in. And we try to share that knowledge and rub off that knowledge on each other. We don't hide anything over here. And I've always said it from the get-go. There are no true secrets in rideshare. You see all these people who are on the apps, the pigeons. You remember the pigeons on the apps always. Oh, it's a secret in rideshare. I don't tell nobody my secret, where I get my secret rides from. I don't tell nobody, my little secret spot where I be getting my little rides. And we used to laugh at them. I'm like, bro, you hiding like $13 rides. You know that? You're hiding $15 right here, man. I'll sit in the cut, get $15, man. I'm getting $1 a mile, bro. I'm killing it, man. I'm killing it. This is what they used to hide from us, $1 a mile rides, thinking that they were really doing amazing. Until we showed people how rideshare truly is. When we leave the rides with private riders and private drivers, we keep that money in our community. We don't send it off to corporate America to where it ends up somewhere where it don't even affect our community. At least with the money we make here, we reinvest it back into our community. We buy steel, we buy concrete, we buy shoes, clothes, food, we buy tires. We invest it back into the Arizona community or the Denver community or the Jacksonville community. We're putting that money right back to where it belongs. It's just going from one person to the next, then back to that person, back to him, back to that. We're going back and forth with the money. So all of this, they got the secrets to ride share. Oh, I don't tell my secret to nobody. I'm going to bank up. I'm going to be rich. We're laughing at them now because we allowed them to keep all that a secret. And we never had a secret on this channel. And so many drivers on this channel became way better at driving, doing logistics, having private clients, keeping their cars clean, keeping the way they dress different, because we didn't make it a secret. We said this should be the standard. It's no secret to be a standard. The standard should be, you should be making this much if you're out driving. If you're not, do these things. You should be making this much. If you're making $25 an hour, you're not making enough. You have to pay for tires. You got to pay for struts and tie rods. You're going to get windshield chips. You're going to get headlights cracked. I saw a dude with a headlight crack from a rock. A lot of things are going to happen. $25 an hour don't cover that. At $25 an hour, you would drive your car for 6 miles, park it at work for 8 hours all day, then drive it 6 miles back. So for $25 an hour, you go work 8 hours, you're making what? $200 that day. But for $200, you only drove 12 miles. You drove 6 to work and 6 back home. Your car didn't really take a beating for 12 miles. But when you're driving almost 150 to 200 miles a day, your car's taking a beating. $200 is not going to cover it because you can get $200 sitting at a W-2. So if you think, well, I'm going to use my car to go get $200 all day, you're driving for poverty right now. You're driving yourself in the hole right now. Because if I drive my car all day long to make exactly what I can make for not driving it at all, I'm better off just using my accounting degree. But I tell people, I feel that I use my accounting degree to help my business. So my accounting degree is not really on my shelf. It's actually in my head, and I put it out on my channel. So I tell all you guys the accounting aspect of how we do things. This morning, we were having a conversation in chat today, and we were having a basic accounting conversation, and it was based on numbers and hours and time frames. And it all made sense because with accounting, you have to take a number and bring it all the way down to its most minimal common denominator. You break it all the way down to the compound, so it's really easy to understand. So when you get it down to that point, instead of it being some magnificent number, you make it a very relatable number. Now people understand it. Some people don't understand or relate to the small number. Like I would say investors and shareholders don't understand the minutia of accounting, the small stuff. They want to see the big picture. Okay, what's my profit? What's my bottom line? What's my margins? That's all they want to see. But when we break it all the way down to what we can do on an individual driver rider basis, what we can do is so much more manageable. And I tell people, bro, I can make $250, $300 a day easy. I do it all the time. Is it easy on my body? No, because my back hurts. Is it easy on my shoulders? No, because my shoulder hurts. Is it easy on my dogs? No, because my dogs are hanging out all day by themselves and I'm not hanging out with them. But I'm out there doing easy rides. I'm doing maybe 7 or 8 rides total, making about $300, $400 off 7 or 8 rides total. I'm not doing 30, 35 rides to make $300. I'm not doing $4 rides. I'm not doing $7 rides. That's not what I'm doing. So I break it all the way down to how you can make $300 a day doing minimal rides. It's about converting, about turning these clients that are paying top dollar to these apps, $80 for a ride on these apps, but the app's only giving you $42. There was a ride that, well, I think, who did that? I think Corey did that this morning. Went to one of his videos. He showed me a ride where the rider paid $84 and he got about half of it. He got like 40. It was crazy. Why wouldn't the person just give them like $65, $70 and they both win? They do, just give me $65. That way you make $20 more and I pay $20 less. We'll meet in the middle. And everybody's happy. Instead of the rider booking the ride on the app, paying $85, having to tip somebody $20. So now they paid $105 and you end up with $65 out of the $105. So the more they tip you, the worse off it's going to be because they're going to keep paying more and more and more and more. Instead of just saying, you know, let's just cut the app out. Let me pay you straight up. And that's what Uber is starting to do in India with the subscription service. The app is backing out of the transaction. Say, you know, we're going to back out of the transaction because too many people are going private. So many people are going private. Uber is scared of missing out. If Uber wasn't scared of missing out, they wouldn't start the subscription-based business. Why would they start that just arbitrarily? They wouldn't. They're scared of missing out because everybody's going private. So they're saying before everybody jumps ship, let's change our business model to retain the rest of the people that we do have. Hey, you can drive still on our platform. Just pay us a subscription and you get all the money. They told the people in California, what did they say? Hey, if you get your own commercial insurance, you can make an extra $20,000 a year. You can make an extra $40,000 a year. Just get your own commercial insurance and you can make so much more a year. We'll pay you $1 per ride or whatever they were saying. Plus you get the whole fare. I don't know what they were saying, but I'm thinking Uber doesn't change their business model that's working. They changes their business model when it's not working. So for them to change and say, we want to do this now, something must have happened. Billy said, them business cards must be gonna be a problem. Exactly. That's them business cards, man. Them business cards is hitting them. It's hitting them. And they don't want to admit it. And it's cool. They don't got to admit it. We see it. Like I said, lady text me, straight up text me. Hey, Jeff, I took a Lyft with you last Friday. I want to use you 100%. I'm getting my whole schedule together. I want to use you 100%. I said, okay, cool. I text her back. I went to Scottsdale. I picked her up, dropped her off, whatever. She says, every time I need a ride and I'm going out with friends or whatever, I want to start using you. Cool, no problem. Just text me, give me a heads up. I'll be there, no problem. They want to pay us. They don't want to go through the apps because it's so sketch. They don't know who's showing up, what's showing up, how people are showing up. And yet with us, it's very consistent. They're going to get a clean driver dressed like I'm pimping. Like the dude from St. Louis. He says, man, y'all be dressed like old school pimps, man. Y'all be dressed, y'all pimping, man. It's like, hey, this is how we dress. This is how we dress, man. This is what we do. He says, India was definitely watching the barbecue, which is funny. And Melly Mel says, India watches barbecue. If you go to any of my videos, go to any of them. It doesn't make a difference which one. Even my live streams. If you type on the closed captions, you will see Bangla, India, and you'll see Hindi, India. So I always advertise in India. My videos are always advertised in India. Every video you go to, it shows up in all the search engines over in India. So when I go to my analytics of my channel, I can see a percentage of all my views that come from India. So I know in India they're watching them because I can see on my analytics how much of my videos are in India, how much are in Australia, how much are in French, because I advertise this channel all over the world. So when I'm saying your name, Melly Mel, it's somebody right now sitting in India hearing me say Mel and Mel. Somebody sitting in Portugal right now hearing me saying Billy Anderson. It's somebody right now hearing me say, hey, Eric. Somebody sitting over in Argentina right now, because I advertise this channel all over the world myself. I don't rely on YouTube. I do this myself, and you guys don't see me because I try to get the word out there. To be such a small channel, and I got views, 30,000 views, 40,000 views. That's not easy to do. Even when I had, 5,000 subs, I'm getting, 5,000 views on a video. That's not easy to do. Usually, if you got a channel, you're maybe getting 3% of the subscribers you got, 3%. I say if you can get at least 10%, if 10% of whatever your subscribers are, if your videos can hit that 10% mark, you're doing good. So I'm at 13,000. So each of my videos have to hit 1,300 for me to be satisfied. If they're under 1,300, I got to go back into the video. I got to go through the analytics. I got to go clean it up. I got to figure something out because it has to hit at least 1,300. Once it hits 1,300, now I move to the next video. I do that to all my videos. I will go back in time, grab videos, and I will be like, I need to redo all the meta tags. I need to redo all the keywords. I need to redo the whole description. I need to figure out what's going to get this video to 1,300. Some of my videos go to 20,000. I'm like, oh, what did I just do? The video went from, 760 and it jumped up I go back, it's like 20,000, 43,000, 38,000. Some of my videos do that. And I don't even make them viral. I just go through and make sure that they're hitting the algorithm in an organic way. I don't like spikes, because when you go with spikes, that's when the algorithms thinks you're doing something dirty. It's, oh, what you doing, man? What you doing? You doing something dirty, man. Your video went from 1,500 to 15,000 overnight. Are you buying views? I don't buy views. I told y'all what I do. I go through search engine optimization. I go through and figure out what everything is saying, how things are moving. I go to all my keywords. I go to everything that's majorly going well out there. I go to those videos and I watch it. I look at their background. I look at their microphones. I listen to the sound. I look at their lighting, and I try to emulate their video so my video gets picked up in the algorithm almost in the same fashion. That's a part of content creating. And there's content creators out there that will tell you, you don't have to do nothing. Just be lazy and you'll go viral. Just be, be consistent. Because what goes up fast goes down even faster. But if you can be consistent and you can just gradually go up and you just taper off at a plateau, that's where you're going to stay. And you can bank on that. But that quick up, quick down, I don't want to live like that. That's too risky for me, man. That's too risky. What up, King Will? So, oh yeah. But that's my part about the algorithm crap. Now, we already talked about packs. Let me get rid of this. We already talked about packs and the fairs. Oh, my PGA client, Josh. I'd like to congratulate my man, Josh. He was so excited. He was so happy. He just earned his PGA card this month. So he earned his PGA card. And I was like, oh, bro, I'm going to see you on TV. He says, well, not yet. He says, I got to play in a lot of tournaments right now. I just earned the card. So I'm a part of the PGA finally. He said, it took me years to get here. I'm finally a part of the PGA. I got my card. Now I got to keep playing. I got to get my numbers up so I can get to the invitationals. So then you will see me on TV. So congratulations to my man, Josh. So he lives here in North Scottsdale. And I picked him up last night from the golf course around the corner from my house. I got a golf course right down the street from me. So I cruise over there, pick him up. He's the one who paid the 80 something, then gave me the $20. And then, so it can even out the ride. So as we're driving and he's talking about all of his buddies, how they're going to be playing golf a lot. They need SUVs, because they know they're going to be drinking afterwards. So they try not to, drive to these events. He's got a big old truck in his driveway, but he doesn't drive. He'd rather have a driver so they can freely go drink, know that they can get all their clubs back to and from. So I'm like, dude, this is easy. I could say I would pick all y'all up, swing through, grab everybody on the way to the golf course, whatever this and that, drop y'all off, pick y'all up, bring y'all back, or we could do something like $300, $350 for everybody, $300, $350, because he was paying $88 just by himself. So he paid $85 by himself, then gave me $20, so that's $105. Now imagine 5 people paying $105. That's $525. So instead of $525, you guys give me $350. I pick all y'all up, drop all y'all off. When y'all are done playing golf, I pick y'all up, drop all y'all off, give me the $350, and just split whatever it is. Each person is paying like $70 a piece instead of $105. You're not even paying the $88 to the app. Everybody's paying $70 a piece, and I'm getting my money. I'm just That's the only route I might do all day. It's picking you guys up, dropping you guys off at the golf course. I try to give people business options like that. So I break it down all the way down to how much it would be per rider. And if they're all living in the same area, it's just a sweep through. Grab one, go grab two, grab the other, and we're all in up at the golf course. We're good. When they're done, call me. We just reverse the transaction. I could drive all day, make money, do whatever I want to do all day. If I can make $200-300 on the app, then that's a $650 day. $550 to $650 day. So if I'm doing $650, I do that every 5 days, making $650, and they playing golf 5 days a week. If they do, just saying if, then that means I can still pick up my private clients in between, dropping them off at the golf course and picking them up, doing apps, doing my private people. You can make $600-700 a day for 5 days. That's $3,500 a week. $3,500 a week. You do that shit for 4 weeks straight. Man, it's $14,000 a month. $14,000 a month. And you don't even have to really touch the apps if you don't feel like it. That's why I break it all the way down. It is very possible, but I told you it's not easy. It's going to hurt your stomach. It's going to hurt your shoulders. It's going to hurt your back. You're not going to see your dogs. It's going to hurt you. Don't think it's going to be easy. It's going to hurt. Just like when we drive during waste management. It ain't easy. It hurts. It's a lot of money, but it hurts making it. You sleep a lot. You're taking naps. You're missing meals. It hurts making that much money. But if you could do it, you're going to get paid well. It's much better than driving 80 hours a week just to make $2,000. There's no way in hell I'm driving 80 hours a week to make two. If I drive 80 hours a week and I'm averaging $100 an hour, I should be making $8,000 a week. So I take $8,000 a week, or I could drive half that time and make $3,500 a week. I'd rather drive 40 hours and make $3,500. Let's try that. I'd rather do that, even less than 40. But that's what we do on this channel over here. We tell people, if you're going to do it, you need to. Yesterday, I talked about adding up all your monthly expenses, dividing by 30 days or 20 days. Today is how to make revenue. If you want to make a certain dollar amount, that means you got to be disciplined enough to say, I am not taking a $4 ride, a $7 ride, an $11 ride. I'm not, because it eats into my fuel, my time, and my opportunity. So I'm going to sit here and I'm going to wait till that $35 ride comes. And I'm going to do 10 of those today. I'm going to do 10 rides for $35. I got all day to do it. I can go home, sit back, kick back, take a nap, wake up, do 2 or 3 more $35 rides. If you do 10 a day, that's $350 a day. Then you're done. You didn't even work that hard. You didn't fight through traffic. You didn't argue with pings all damn day. So you say, I know what I'm worth. Exactly, Bubba. So I was just about to say that. I know what I'm worth. I'm going for $35 an hour. And I'm glad you said that, because we all think alike. You knew exactly where I was going. I know exactly what I'm worth. I'm disciplined enough to keep my worth up. I'm not taking no $4 ride, no $7 ride, no $13 ride. I was kicking out all $13 blacks yesterday. $13, $14 black, kick out. $14 black, kick out. Because they was probably charging the people $30. They charging these people $30 trying to give me $14, kick out. It was when it was surging on Uber. So I know it was surging on Lyft. They was charging a high price, kick out. Not doing it. You ain't charging these people no $30, $32, paying me $14, kick it out. Then all of a sudden I started getting those $30, $40, $50 rides. Now we talking. Now Lyft is like, okay, this dude ain't doing this. I went over to Uber XL and I'm making $29, $30 on short rides on Uber XL. Let me see what I was doing on Uber. This was crazy. And I mean, everybody I'm sitting by, every ride I'm taking, I'm not sitting that far from them. So I'm like, see, my last ride was $17.95 for 2 miles. And that was the one I picked up somebody from the Radisson Hotel, just north. Now, the ride before that was it was $19.34. Let me do like this. It was $19.34 for 4 miles. I picked up a group of girls, that little quick ride right there. It was $19.34. I was sitting by ASU, always sitting by ASU, hanging out by my little spot. So I'm sitting by ASU, hanging by Jack in the Box. Girls in the dorm hit me up. They want to go to the strip club. So I picked the girls up. It was a group of 5, the girl's birthday. So I picked the girls up. They came up, a couple of guys hopped in. I dropped them off at the strip club on Washington. $19, 4 miles. That was it. This was Uber XL. So they was paying me about almost $5 a mile Uber XL. They weren't even paying me $2, $3 a mile on black SUV. But Uber XL paying me almost $5 a mile. So, and that was at 232. So I dropped them off at 232, went down to the Circle K. I was sitting just above the airport. So I'm sitting just above the airport on 44th and Van Buren in the Radisson. That was actually in the hotel just like a block north of me. had a little small ride, $17.95 for 2 miles. So to the hotel to the terminal was 2 miles. That was it. Just $17.95 for 2 miles. That was it. Almost $9 a mile. And this was Uber XL. It was a guy, his girl, some luggage. They're paying me almost $9-10 a mile on Uber XL. They're not even paying me that on black SUV on Lyft. So people wondering, why are you not driving black SUV when I can turn it on Uber XL and get little rides like this? I can just sit at Circle K. I can go sit by ASU. And I'll tell you why. Sitting at ASU, and y'all know I talk about strip clubs a lot. I came out of Vegas, man. I know how shit works. Strip clubs is a very discreet environment. Nobody wants to be known to go to one. Nobody wants to. Well, some people don't care. They're just there to have fun anyways. They don't give a shit. But some people want to keep it discreet. A private driver is the best way to keep a discreet ride going to and from a strip club because it don't show up on any app. Now, if these girls' boyfriends was like, where you go last night? He'll pick the phone up and look and be like, oh shit. So you went up on Washington. What else is on Washington other than industrial complexes? I mean, it's 2:12 in the morning. What on Washington is open at 2:12 in the morning until 4 in the morning? There's only one place open. Lay girls, that's it. So when you get shit like this on your phone, you may not want that. So you call a private driver. Hey, Jeff, me and the boys, man, we're going to go out next weekend. Is there any way, you can give us a private ride around? You know what I'm saying? Oh, easy, bro. Easy. No problem. Pick us up at about 11:30. Pick us up about 3:30, 4 in the morning. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, I got you, bro. Because they don't want that shit to show up on the app. They wife open up the app, be like, what were you doing on Washington at 2:12 in the morning? See, with a private ride, that shit don't show up in no phone. That's why they're discreet. A lot of people want private drivers. And I tell people that all the time. Don't be scared to go near strip clubs or even promote strip club rides. And strip clubs, especially in Arizona, will pay you to bring people there, even if they want to go there anyways. If they want to go there anyways, you make sure you take them inside. You take them to the door and you say, hey, you know what? This is my group of 5 that I just brought. Some of these strip clubs pay you up to $70 per head. $70 per head. You bring 5 people in, that's $350 plus the price of the private ride they paid you. You might be making $400 just to drop somebody up at the strip club because the strip club giving you $70 per head, and then you getting $50, $60 off the private ride. And then you got to come back and pick them up. You can do this shit all night. Man, he says, you were advocating for being sneaky. Hey, I tell motherfuckers, we used to eat lunch in strip clubs. Even the women I used to date at the time knew, where are you going to lunch? I'm probably going to go to Cheetah's. I'm going to go over to Treasures. They got all you can eat shrimp, fried rice. They got lobster and shit. It's like $14. I mean, if you want to meet me there, fucking meet me there. I'm telling you where I'm at. If you like, well, I don't want you to go to strip club. That's just what you don't want. I'm going to go get this food. Motherfucker, if you ain't cooking me food, that's where I'm going. I'm finna go eat this food. You know what's there. If you want to come in and eat with me, come in and eat with me. I ain't never had to sneak around in my life on nothing. But I've also been through quite a few relationships because of it. If I was a sneaky ass dude, I'd probably be in the same relationship I started when I was a kid because I just lie and sneak around. But I tell motherfuckers straight up, and they can't deal with the truth. Not everybody can deal with the truth. And I'm notorious for being straight up, real in your face, because I don't bite my tongue for nobody. Give a shit if you said I love you too, but this is it. Okay, I can't be with you. Cool then, fucking don't be with me, motherfucker. To the next. I've always been like that my whole life, and it's kept me on a straight path. There's nobody can come up behind my back and ever say I had to do some sneaky shit. And I'm 51 years old. I ain't never had to do no sneaky shit. Here I am. Anybody got some shit to say? Nope, because I've always said everything I've done. Even back in the day when I used to help people out. And a few people know about that. I used to help people out, because I'm a helpful guy. I'm an accountant. And this is a part of the live stream. We 48 minutes in, so I'm going to give y'all some good shit because the people that dropped off ain't going to hear this part. But I used to help people out when I was in Vegas. And a lot of people know this about me. So this is nothing I'm telling y'all that other people don't already know. And even people in my family know. But I used to have 2 houses when I was in Vegas. I used to rent a house. Well, I rented 2 houses because I lived in one. My son was born in it, but I had a job across town. So I had a 3-car garage, bigger house, 1 story. Kid didn't have to worry about staircases and shit, but I didn't want to violate my lease. So I gave my son's mom 1 house. I rented the other house. And when she left it, I was still paying on that house and everything. But long story short, I had friends in Vegas who said, Jeff, I need somewhere to live because, most strippers don't have good credit. They just don't have good credit. They either have pimps in their life, they don't have good job history, they don't got a resume. Everybody knows this shit. So I would be like, well, I got a whole nother house. So if you just pay me rent to stay in that house. So I had a whole house full of girls at one point. It wasn't me, my girls. These were girls who just didn't want to deal with pimps. So they said, well, we'll just pay you and you just cover all the bills. Cool. So they paid me to cover all the bills of the house, cover the power, the electricity, the cable TV. I left all my furniture in that house. I left all my furniture. I had a whole nother house across town. So I got girls living in one house, all these strippers living in one house. I'm living with my son in another house across town. And whenever they needed something, say, hey, I want to try to get an apartment. Me, being the businessman I am, I would go to work in a casino. I'd get my letterhead together, get all my letterhead together, and I would actually print out business shit on letterhead and give it to say, here's a letter of recommendation, a letter of employment or something like this. And they would work for my mechanic business. So that's how they would get apartments. That's how they would get light bills, get utilities in their name and shit like that. So they didn't have to rent from me forever. Like I said, I just help people out. If you hit a hard spot and you got money, it's like, listen, I'll help you. So you can stay with me for a little bit, but I can help you get your own place. So you're not stay in my house forever. Because at some point, I'm going to stop paying rent on that house when my lease is up. And y'all mothers can't come live with me. It's like, it ain't happening like that. So, and like I said, a lot of people know that. And that's when people were mistaken. Like all my neighbors knew, because my neighbors were cool as hell with me. They knew who I was. They like, man, Jeff help everybody. Jeff don't give a shit who you are. I don't discriminate against nobody. And so all my neighbors knew. It wasn't people running in and out my house. The only people that ever saw at that house was girls. That was it. There was no guys pulling up, jumping out of cars and shit. It was never like that. It was only girls at that house. That was it. Because I don't play that shit. Not in my house. No, my name's on all this. So I can live here, but at some point you gotta go. Get your shit together. You gotta go. And like I said, this is nothing new. What I'm telling you right now, there's people on my Facebook account. This is linked to my Facebook page. There's people over there that knew and still know to this day exactly what I was doing, how I was helping people. So this is stuff about me that not a lot of people know, but I'm telling y'all because y'all been on this live stream long enough and you should know about it. And so I would help people like that get shit. Never got in trouble for it. Nobody, my landlord didn't care. As long as he got his money, everybody was cool. They didn't tear my house up. It wasn't crazy parties all the time going over there. When I lived there, I used to throw parties. When I lived there, I would throw barbecues and parties. But when I wasn't living there, nobody ever threw a barbecue or a party at that house because that just wasn't that house. I was living somewhere else now, so I didn't do that. But that was me in Vegas. And I had a great time in Vegas. Like I said, man, I helped a lot of people. I was doing whatever. The Jeff was housing. Never mind. At least you did it the smart way. But nobody can ever say that I judge people and I won't help people when they're down and out, no matter who they are. I've helped people that people frown down upon. They say, oh man, you this, you that, you a stripper, you this, you ain't. Everybody's gonna need help at some point. Everybody's gonna need some money at some point. So it's like they did what they did to get money. They went and they were strippers or whatever it is. They did whatever they had to do. I didn't have to get involved in that shit. I just said, as long as my house is paid for every month, my landlord ain't climbing on my ass, because he was a great guy who rented me that house for like 5 years, never late on rent, no problems. I'm not stiffing this guy ever. So therefore, they helped me pay rent on that one as I had the other one too. So I didn't really have to pay on two houses for too long. I only had to pay on two houses for a small period of time. But it was like, they helped me out, man. They helped me out. And so when people ask me, how long have I been doing private rides? That house was where I left my Mercedes, because I had a 3-car garage at the other house. And I had about 4 cars at the time. So I left my black Mercedes, the S420, at the house with the girls. So whenever the girls had to go somewhere, I would drive my SUV over there, park my SUV, because I'm an executive. Park my SUV at the house. I'd load all the girls up in the Mercedes, and I'd take the girls to where they need to go in the Mercedes. And they would pay me for it. They'd be like, well, just drop me off here. I got to go to work. I got to go here. So I was always in that big ass glass house, driving around a Mercedes full of girls all the time, drop them off, do shit. They, if they need me to pick them up later, hey, Jeff, can you come back and pick us up later? Like 2 a.m, this and that. They didn't trust no random ass people in Vegas. I was a casino exec. Of course they trusted me. I'm not going to ruin my life. I mean, I had too much going for myself. I don't mind helping y'all. So I would help. So when I was done with the Mercedes and I was done helping everybody, I just parked the Mercedes. I went out, bought me a big Escalade, did my thing or whatever. Still got the Escalade on the side of the house. But the Mercedes, it was not that it was a marked car, But I had done enough with that Mercedes. It was just time to sell it. I had it for like 7 years, and I did a lot of private rides in there. This is what you leave Vegas for? Because I just felt like it. I do a lot of shit because I feel like it. There ain't no real reason. For real, it ain't. Emmanuel, a lot of people know me. I never really have a reason for much. I just kind of wake up and do what I feel like doing. I've been like that my whole life. So when I really say I left Vegas, I just felt like it. It's true, I felt like it. I quit accounting because I felt like it. I just felt that I had did it for 20 years. It was long enough. I just felt like it. I'm one of those rare anomalies that really do live life how I want to live it. And a lot of people get in my way. They try to fuck me up because they're upset at how I live. That's cool. People gonna always be upset at how you live, whether left or right. I'm a person that just do what I want to do all the time. Why do I got 5 cars? I feel like it. It's just what I do. Hey, why you got all them cars? Because I just feel like it. Why do you got 4 dogs? Because I feel like it. I do a lot of shit because I feel like it. Why I leave Vegas? Because I feel like it. Moved to St. Louis, left St. Louis because I feel like it. It's just how I've always been, bro. I'm one of them rare people, man. I just do shit because I feel like it. I think what it is I have no fear of failure. I have no fear of failure. I've been an athlete for so long and I didn't always get first place. I was always playing sports. I didn't always get first place. I would get second, third, fourth. Sometimes I'd even come in last. I just have no fear of failure. I failed before and still won right after that. I took second in a race and the next race blew everybody out the water. I took third in the race, next race blew everybody out the water. I have no fear of failure because I know my capabilities. I know I can win this shit. I just got to grind it out, knock it out. I've always been a champion, man. Always been a champion. But in order to be a champion, you got to be a good loser. You got to be a good loser that can learn from your failures and say, I know why I failed. The people who are scared to fail, scared to lose, they're out of control. See me, I control my failures as much as I control my wins. You say, how do you control your failure? I didn't practice hard enough. I didn't take the game serious enough. I didn't do my homework. I didn't do my research. That's how I fail. I controlled that failure because I didn't do what it took in order to win. If you do what it takes to win, you might not fail. But if you can pinpoint exactly why you lost, then you control that failure. If somebody say, why you lose, man? I don't even know, man. I have no idea how I lost, man. I did everything in my power, man. I don't know how I lost. That person's out of control. But if I say, well, I know how I lost. I took 2 days off during the week because I was screwing around. I didn't really practice that hard. We was laughing and joking. I didn't practice that hard. I ate chocolate chip cookies all week, so my muscles didn't really develop in the way they should have developed in that week. I should have been much stronger coming to that race. I didn't eat right. You control your failures just like you control your losses. I mean, your successes, man. That's my problem, a fear of failure. Yeah. This is where the dog's at. Dogs ain't never in here with me. They be in here jumping all over me going crazy, man. They be jumping here going nuts. Is there thoughts on the IRS government laying 15,000 IRS employees off? Well, they was going to try to hire like 80-something thousand. So we just went the opposite direction. That's all. It's just as much as they said they were going to hire 87,000, they laid off 15,000. That's the breaks. That's called cutting back. And if people ain't doing their job, what's the point of having them? There's a lot that the IRS should have been looking into that they weren't looking into probably. So when they looked at it, they says, hey, we got a lot of waste here. We got computers. We got AI that can do most of this. So if AI is doing most of the work that normal people used to do, just implement AI and you can knock out a lot of jobs that way. So I think our government is going to lean towards getting automated systems in there. They're going to go towards AI and things like that. So it's like those people are going to, even in accounting and in legal work, we are being replaced by AI. Me, I got a jump start. I got out of accounting in 2012. A lot of people who are accountants right now haven't really had that grit, that street grit. I've been in the streets since 2012. I've been in the streets. I've been using my accounting brain to keep money flowing in my life outside of a job. A lot of accountants, they've only worked for a job, for a company, doing finance. You tell them to build a business from the ground up, they stuck. They only know how to read financial statements. So when you bring AI in and say, we're going to get AI to do financial statements now, what are you going to do for a living? Well, that's what I do. I do financial statements. Oh, well, we're going to use AI to do it now. So we're going to let, the team of 12 of you guys go. We got a computer coming that's going to do all of that work. What are you guys going to do? I don't know. I mean, this is what I thought I was going to retire doing. There you go. Me, I left in 2020. just because I felt like it. Maybe, you get a premonition. Be a premonition. Say, hey, you know what? I got to get out of this shit now. So when I saw, when we used to use DOS-based programs, we used DOS-based where we had big green bar papers printed out. We did a lot with pencil and paper. Once we moved over to Windows-based programs, I saw a lot of automation going on that we didn't have to do no more. So once we migrated all that casino data from DOS-based into Windows-based, a lot of jobs got cut. A lot of people lost their jobs because we didn't need as much. We need to order certain paper, have certain printers. Certain printers didn't need, maintenance no more because we don't need that printer. We got Windows printers now, little small printers. So a lot of things were changing fast. 2012, I walked away, man. I walked away. I said, you know what? I'm good on this shit. I'm good. He said, Jeff, your documentary going to be one for the ages. I don't know, man. They make a documentary of me, motherfuckers be cracking up laughing. They be like, dude, I would never do that. But, and I'm just one of the, and like I tell people, I live a very lucky life. It's almost like I saw what was coming down the pike as far as corporate America goes, because I was deep corporate, man. I was deep corporate. I'm talking about second, third in line in most of the corporations I worked in, as far as being behind the CFO, the treasurer, the CEO. I was up there. They was like, bro, you up deck, you on next, man. You next. I'm like, that's what's up. But I was like, you know what? The way all this shit's going, I don't see me as being a part of that, man. Some systems, I don't see I was too much of a free spirit. I was out of control. Like, I don't like people trying to control me. When I think that I'm in my right state of mind, my own free will, I can make some great decisions. When you pressure me and you put me under stress and duress, I don't make good decisions. And casino is a lot of stress. Corporate is a lot of stress. You put me under stress, you don't have the same Jeff as a free Jeff. Free spirit, oh, I'm doing great shit. I'm having fun. We're having great. I'm making the best decisions I can make. I'm thinking way beyond the box. You put me inside of a box and you start compressing that box and you start stressing me the fuck out. I might do shit that I don't normally do. Now you're not getting the Jeff you hired. You're not getting the right guy. You're getting somebody you created. Like when they say they created a monster, that's what it is. They start creating monsters in corporate. And I didn't want to be that monster. I was like, you know what? I'm done, man. I'm done. So I called it good. And I've been okay since 2012. I've really been okay. Really been okay. A lot happier. When people see me, they say, man, you don't look 51. I'll be 52, dog. Man, you don't look that old, bro. I was like, because I don't stress like that. I don't answer my phone probably maybe 2-3 times a day. My phone ring all day. Text messages come to my phone all day. I don't answer shit because I don't stress. Most people don't bring me like joy. Not really joy, but they don't bring me something happy like, hey, Jeff, bro, I just found $100. I'm trying to give you 25. I don't get those kind of messages. I get messages of people like needing something. They see me as a common point of a solution, which is cool. I'm a mechanic. I solve things. That's what I do. But you got to realize when you are a common point of a solution, no matter who you are in this world, when you are a common point of a solution, you will be thrown a lot of problems. Why? Because you're the common point of a solution. When people need shit fixed, they call the one they think can fix it. So if that's who you are in life, you're going to be approached with a lot of problems. Be thankful because a lot of people trust you. A lot of people rely on you. A lot of people believe in you, but it can be very stressful too. It can weigh heavy on you. So I take naps. I turn my phone off. I don't bother with shit. I leave emails in my email box for 2-3 fucking weeks at a time. That keeps me sane because I know already. Oh, thanks, brother. Tell her I said thank you. Thank you. He says, look, you got 2 more subscribers and they decided to subscribe to you because I like the knowledge you're dropping, brother. Oh, tell them thank you. Tell Stina and her family. Tell Stina and the kids. Thank them. Thank them. But it's real. What up, King James? But that's what I tell people, and that's a lot of drivers on this chat. You guys got to realize you are becoming a point of solutions. When you start going private, like when you're doing Uber and you're doing Lyft, you're not a point of a solution. You're a tool in the whole tool chest. You're just a tool that they use to get profits. When you start building your own business, doing your own thing, you've got to view yourself differently. You are a point of solution. You need the mental space to create solutions. Sometimes when too many problems are hitting you at once, you've got to block out problems. Focus on one. If somebody says, hey, Jeff, man, I need a transmission rebuilt. Like I got 2 sitting on deck. I need a transmission rebuilt. I block out everything. I don't get on YouTube that often. I definitely don't be driving that often. I only do private clients. because I don't want to add too many more problems to a problem that I'm currently solving. When you become a point of multiple solutions, you got to keep yourself sane by knowing how to organize your time. Corporate built me because I used to come to Arizona. When I was in Vegas, I would come to Arizona for time management and problem solving skill workshops. And then one of those problem solving is always deal with what's most important, not always with what's on your plate. They would tell us that. Deal with what's the most important thing, not with always just what's on your plate. I could have 2 or 3 things on my plate, but if something important comes up, you got to hold that plate exactly where it's at and go take care of it. If I'm trying to get from point A to point B and I'm doing something and there's a car accident or something happens, at that moment, I got to deal with most important, even though I got other things on my plate. And you have to be willing to hold that. You got to hold that. And it comes with a lot of, you might get cussed out, you might get told it, but you're going to feel better in the end for standing your ground and being who you are. A lot of people don't like me. On Facebook, people hate me. TikTok, people hate me. I wake up smiling every day eating pancakes and sausage and shit. You know why? Because I hold my ground. I'm happy with the person I've become. And I'm sorry if people aren't happy with the person they become and they want to radiate that shit on me, or they're not happy with the person I've become. But that's cool because I am not worried about the person you've become. I'm only worried about the person I've become. If I become the best person I could be, then I shouldn't affect you in a negative way. I should only affect you in a positive way. Even if the truth hurts and I tell you the truth, I'm being the best person I can be and telling you not to take that shot. Don't take it because I don't think that shit's right. I'm being the best person I could be when I'm telling you that. I'm not telling you because I hate you. I'm telling you because I think it'll make you a better person in the long run. And you may hate me for it. That's cool. I don't give a shit. Hate me for it. But I can always say I was the best person I could have been at that point in time, even when you weren't, even when you hated me, even when you didn't trust me. I was still the best person I could be at that point in time. And a lot of motherfuckers can't say the same. I can stand on that, which is why I wake up every day. I eat pancakes. I eat sausage because I've always been the best person I could be every day. I wake up happy as shit. I don't have to wake up upset at the world like, oh my God, people are. I wake up like, hey man, you guys ready for some pancakes? And the dogs are jumping all over the place. I'm chopping up sausage and shit. My phone's probably ringing. I got text messages coming through. I got emails as people asking questions on YouTube. I'm just chopping up fucking sausage. I'm making my coffee, pouring my coffee. And I even got it still right here. I still got some coffee left. That's how my days go. Because I have done the best I can do at being the best person I can be. I know there's no shit coming through the phone that's I truly deserve if I was a negative aspect. I didn't hustle nobody. I didn't scam nobody. I didn't scheme nobody. And I damn sure didn't lie to nobody. Because can't nobody on any social media platform I got ever call me a liar. You've never seen nobody call me a liar other than Juan Vargas. You're a liar in 5th grade. But other than that, ain't nobody ever called me a liar. People call me an asshole, an Uncle Tom, a coon, a jackass. They've called me every name in the book other than a liar. I could live with that. I could wake up happy to that. Today, I'll be a coon later. I guarantee I'll be a coon later because the truth hurts. I'll be an Uncle Tom after that. It's cool because the truth hurts. But you can't call me a liar. The truth hurts. And I'm okay with that. Once you be okay in your own existence and you're doing your own shit, trust me, you're gonna be so much better in business because can't nobody tell you how to do your business better than your own gut instincts. When I was picking up them 2 kids last night, 21-year-old kids, I'm picking them up. They ready to kick it. They ready to party. They come out the house. They dress like they ready to kick it, ready to party. I used to be that age. I used to dress like that. I mean, it's like what? 1 a.m, probably 12:30 at night or whatever. Most people, not even being, stereotypical, but most people would be like, you know what? I don't trust these 2 kids walking up. One of them got dreads, they got, hood clothes on and everything. One of them kids happened to be Mayweather's cousin. But see, I pick people up like that because I trust my gut instinct. When they came walking up, they were laughing, joking, having a good time. I looked at their aura. I didn't look at how they looked. Because if they walked up looking exactly the same, but they was kind of like standoffish, kind of staring down, kind of looking around, kind of sketching shit, I would have probably drove off. But I check out their aura and I go with my gut. They came walking to the sidewalk. They was laughing, joking, giving each other dap, cracking up. Each one went to a side of the truck. Each one got in. What's up, my man? What's good? We started chatting, talking. Next thing you know, man, you dressed like a pimp. Man, I told you people in St. Louis dressed like pimps. No, but it's like pimping, man. Y'all be just pimping, man. The way y'all dress is always pimping. And we had a good time. We had a good ride because I trust my gut instinct. Once you sure in yourself, you can make so many more better decisions in life because you don't feel like you're pressed in a box. You don't feel like Uber and Lyft will stick you in that box. They'll have you in some of the seediest, shadiest places, picking up the shadiest ass people. And if you don't pick them up, they'll throttle you down for the next 3 hours and you'll be pissed off because you can't get another ride. Don't put me in a box. Let me breathe. Let me make the decision. Let me operate on my own like wavelength, my own vibration. It's the best thing you can do to somebody. And I do that every day on Facebook. I do that every day on TikTok. And I piss everybody off because we vibrate at a different level than some people do. And like I did a post today that was so funny. I thought it was the funniest shit I could think of. I said, you want to make a Democrat mad? I said, just state a random fact. Just state any random fact. It don't make a difference what you talk. Just state any random fact. The Democrat's going to be mad. And it don't make a difference. I could talk about fucking, the price of pancakes. Somehow they're related to Trump and the way the inflation is. They will freak the fuck out because they take facts so personal. And I'm like, everything is a matter of fact. It's just it's not a matter of you doing anything. It's a matter of fact. If something is a fact, I have nothing to do with it. It's just a matter of fact. I can state a fact and just walk off. It's a matter of fact. It's not me being offensive or defensive, or it's just a matter of fact. And so many people get upset at matters of facts. I'm like, why are you upset? It's just a matter of fact. It's like they want you to be in their misery with them. Fucking be miserable with me, man. Be pissed off with me. Let's go riot, man. Let's go protest, man. Why, dude? It's just a matter of fact. You can't get around it. It's just what it is. It's like, leave that shit alone. Just is what it is. And I was laughing so hard even when I typed that shit. And I guarantee some Democrats read that and got pissed off because it was the fact. That it pissed them off. They probably read that shit, was like, yeah, you right, motherfucker, you right. You old rotten ass motherfucker, you right. Because that's what it is. It's just a fact. But it's not 100%. It's not across the board. It's not all Democrats. It's really not. Because see, I get upset, not really upset, but I get, to the point where I get debatable when somebody mentions something that's not a fact, but more of an opinion. Now, we had a lot of medical opinions going on a few years back. Y'all remember all these medical opinions? It is in our opinion. It is in our practice. These weren't facts. These were all opinions. But we couldn't state our opinion because our opinion were based in facts, where some other people's opinion was based on speculations, pure speculation, but they labeled it as science. It's like, no, it's called speculation. Let's call it what it is. This shit ain't science. Science is an argument. Science is where you have a hypothesis, you test things out, you go and you base your results, your opinion on results that you see in front of you. That's called science. I used it as shit in 6th grade. I know what science looks like. I know what speculation and narrative looks like too. I know what propaganda looks like too. I'm not a complete idiot. Really, I'm not. I know I act stupid. I might look stupid, but I'm really not that dumb. And some people try to do that shit to you. They try to make you think you're dumb by saying opinions and shit that don't even matter. So they try to redirect you. So I go all the way back to the facts. And it pisses them off. Yeah, you need to change your mindset in that you're not an Uber driver, but you're a private driver. Once you do that, you'll see your aura will change. Oh, yeah, brother. Oh, yeah. It's like, man, hey, what's up, Miss LA? What's good, lady? What's good? Miss Lori's in the building. She's in the building. Say, no, didn't hear anything medical. What you talking about, Willis? I know exactly. Big Horn Kevin, you out doing private rides today or what, brother? I know it was a lot. It's a lot of, there's a lot of surge was going on earlier. I was looking on the phone. Hold on, let me see something. I'm going to see what's going on this phone, man. Oh, there's actually nothing right now. Wait a minute. Let me choose my vehicle. See if they give me some surge. Nope. It is, I don't see, nothing's popping up. Are you serious? It's 4:30 on Sunday. This is what my phone looks like. 4:30 on a Sunday. That's incredible. I'm like, something should be popping up. What are you doing? Now something pops up when I go online. Now, see, that's why I'm like, dude, you got to be kidding me. So I got a $2 surge right now. $17 for 18 miles. Look at that, $17 for 18 miles. They're going to the casino down south. So you can pick somebody up and take them all the way down to, no, that's actually further than that. That's in Deep Chandler. That's Deep Chandler right there. Yeah, they're not going to the casino. They're going to opposite side of the casino down in Sun Lakes area. Man, forget that. Forget that. Yeah, there's some games over though. Yeah. Jeff's one of the smartest guys I'm like one of the smartest guys, you know, as in I wear shoes too. He's just like the smart people I know. Like they wear shoes, he wears shoes. He's like the smartest people. He acts just like the smartest people I know. They brush their teeth in the morning. He does too. Man, like he follows exactly what the smartest people do. He's got an Android. They got an Android. Man, he's like, yeah, exactly. Okay, this is $18 pickup from the airport. It's an $18 pickup from the airport for like 13 miles, I think. What is it? Yep, almost 14 miles. So 14 miles, $18, and that's comfort. That's comfort. So, yeah, I won't be out today. Nuh-uh. So it's 55 days and no apps. Man. Yep, 55 days and no apps. No. So you take a screenshot of something you won't believe it's BS. Wait a minute, where is right here? Oh, what Lori say? They just charged me $17 ago miles yesterday. A slow part of the day. Oh yeah. Just a computer that wore tennis shoes. Old school movie reference. The computer that wore tennis shoes. What is that? What's that movie? The old computer that wore tennis shoes. So funny. Nope, not updating. See, it keeps asking me to update, and I won't update my phone. Like, nope. Because the update is actually the downgrade. Would you like to downgrade your fares? Would you like to demote yourself? Yes, please click the update button for your automatic demotion. Oh, wait a minute. So you were charged $17 ago, 2 miles, but they would charge you $9 a mile? Holy crap. Almost $9 a mile, and they were probably paying a driver $3.45. They're like, oh yeah, we're gonna pay $3.45. Oh yeah, man. See, that's the thing, man. These apps, boy, they will get you, man. They will get you. Hold on for a second. Wait a minute. Let me see. Okay, I almost forgot my last thing. I had one more on the list here, and it is spring break marketing plans. Do we all have spring break marketing plans? There will be a lot of flights going on. Actually, my son might be flying in town. But there will be a lot of flights going on for spring break. Make sure you are on Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, wherever you at. Advertise that you are doing private airport rides, private rides from airports, private rides to and from events, whatever. Advertise your services because Uber and Lyft will be heavily advertising. They will be sending emails, text to all of these people. They will make sure that they keep their riders on deck. They will be offering 25% discounts, 50% discounts. Make sure you say in your surge discounts apply to whatever. I don't know. Say anything you can say to get people to see your position. Because during spring break, they're going to underpay a lot of us because Uber and Lyft is trying to get cash right now. Because Lyft wants to go driverless right now. Lyft wants to go driverless. So what is Uber doing? Uber XL is taking Lyft Black clients away because, like I said, Uber XL was paying me better than Lyft Black and Lyft Black SUV. So Uber says, Lyft, you're going to try to go driverless. We're trying to get our driverless shit off the ground. So let us get our driverless off the ground first. Lyft is like the little brother that wants to copy Big Brother all the time. So Uber is like, listen, man, just wait a minute on the driverless. Let us go driverless first, and then we'll help you guys go driverless with the money we get. Because in the meantime, you guys are taking too much money from us trying to go driverless. By taking our scientists, our ingenuity, our investors, you guys are taking all this. So what we're going to do is we're going to make our Black XL, our Uber XL prices beat your Lyft Black and Lyft Black SUV prices if you don't stop messing with us. We're going to pull all your Lyft Black and Black SUV drivers over to do Uber XL rides, so you won't be getting a lot of cash in your coffers to try to go driverless with your little ambitions you're doing over there. All week, I don't even drive Uber. I drove Uber. Like I said, I don't even know how much I made on Uber. I don't even drive Uber. I really don't. Like I tell people, I don't drive them, and it's for real. I ended up making $112 yesterday. $112. And that was on 5 trips. And they were all super short trips. They were like, let me show you how short these trips were. 2 miles. Let me turn this up because I can't see it that much. Hold up. 2 miles, 4.4 miles, 7.9 miles for $25, 7.9 miles. And that was an Uber XL, $3 a mile. Then I had a Comfort, 9 miles, $28. It took 20 minutes even, $28 for 9 miles. Then I had a Comfort that canceled. I got $3.46. I had an Uber XL for 1 mile, $17.47. So Uber XL is paying me a whole lot better than Lyft Black and Lyft Black SUV, because Lyft is saying we're going to go driverless too. Investors, invest in us. Investors, give us money. Drivers, we're going to keep lowering your black, because like I said, I turned down I don't know how many black and black SUV rides yesterday because the price just wasn't there. So Lyft is like, we're going to charge these people high, pay our drivers less, and we're going to pocket all that money and put it towards our driverless ambitions. So Uber is like, well, if you're going to pay your drivers less, we're going to take your drivers. We're just going to put them on Excel. We're going to use all your SUVs instead of, because we can't get black SUV on Uber. We can only get Excel because I don't have commercial license. So they're moving all that shit over to Excel, and I'm driving on Uber Excel, making more than I would make on black SUV. Shit don't make no sense. And I'm like, Lyft, do y'all not see that y'all shooting yourselves in the foot? You're shooting yourself in the foot by trying to lower black and black SUV price, because all we're going to do is move over. And once people think, oh man, Uber has some amazing drivers, amazing trucks, amazing equipment, they're going to start using Uber and not Lyft. I'm going to give them my business card, of course, to keep them using me instead of using Uber or Lyft. I'm going to always give them my business card, which is, I picked up a couple yesterday. It was a guy and a girl. They were neighbors. So, we're driving and I'm stuck in traffic. First, I'm stuck in traffic. I think it was like maybe a $60, $70 ride. I don't even know. So I'm stuck in traffic. Ooh, let me tell you what it was, because I remember now. Lyft really jacked this one up. They really jacked this price up on this one. Oh, let me go see where this was. Day. What was yesterday? The 22nd, 23rd? All right. I hate when it goes slow like that. 23rd. Was it 23rd? Yes, it was 23rd. Okay, here we go. Bam. So it was supposed to be a $54 ride. It's supposed to be a $54 black. $54. It was 15 miles. That was it. It was supposed to be 31. Supposed to be for 31 minutes. $54, 31 minutes puts me at $108 an hour. Puts me at $108 an hour to go 15 miles. $108 an hour. I end up going 47 minutes, 16 minutes more, and it's still 15 miles, but I got $68 in 47 minutes. So I got paid a whole lot less, because if I was supposed to get 54, they only gave me $14 more for 16 more minutes. But if I'm getting paid $54 in 31 minutes, that's almost $2 a minute. I'm almost at $2 a minute. So for them to give me only $14 more for 16 more minutes, I'm getting less than $1 a minute. So I went from almost $2 a minute to less than $1 a minute to go 16 minutes more for $14 more. See what I'm saying? This is why I tell people, man, I pay attention to all this little shit. Pay attention to your minutes of dollars too. Because they said 31 minutes, I was getting $54. That puts me at $108 an hour. I dropped all the way down to about $80 an hour. So they took away about $20 an hour away from me. Now, it was because traffic. We're sitting on the street and we're going super slow. An event just let out. So we're going super slow. And it ended up taking, like I said, 47 minutes. I went 15 miles. It wasn't that far of a drive. So I ended up getting $68. Wasn't that far. So 60, and people always wonder, well, what else do you do for a living? You can't be making a whole lot with Uber and Lyft. I mean, you're an idiot. you're doing drive. I mean, motherfucker, I make like $108 an hour almost. What do you mean? What else do I do for a living? What do you make at your job? How much you make per hour? Oh, motherfucker, I'm at $23. They're talking about give me an extra 50 fucking cent next week, baby. Hell yeah. Okay, cool. What else do you do for a living? That's all I do, bro. All right, cool. Well, we make about $100 an hour doing what we do. So we don't need to do nothing else for work. No knock to nobody, but W-2 people, stop fucking with us like that. Stop saying, well, what else you do for work? I mean, you can't be fucking doing only ride shares. No way you could be making a living off of just, no, I do private rides too. I don't just make a living off a ride share, but we make about $100 to $150 an hour, sometimes over $200 an hour. Yes, over $200 an hour. We get paid what you pay your family court attorney. When you got to go in for child support and shit, you're paying him $250 an hour. Guess what? You paying your driver the same. It's like, man, exactly. That's what I'm saying. This is a physician's assistant that makes $105 an hour. Exactly. That's why I tell people, like, dude, you have no idea what you make an hour until you sit on a barbecue and we break down what we actually make an hour. And this is not even tips. This is just what we get paid. When I break down on the barbecue, what drivers get paid an hour, riders be like, are you serious? I'm like, but guess what? You're paying more than what we make an hour to Uber and Lyft. Think about it. If I'm making $105 an hour, you're paying $200 an hour to $225 an hour just to be on the app. You're paying more to be on the app than what I even make. If you paid me straight up, you'd be saving a ton of money and I'd be making about the same. You got to play the game smart, riders. So y'all out there paying $250 an hour. You're paying, what is it, $17 to go 2 miles. You could have gave somebody like $10, $15. You could have saved money. But drivers out there, a lot of these riders are mad at what we make an hour, thinking that we ain't making nothing, or upset at the fact that we making $100 to $200 an hour. All you doing is driving. I'm like, bro, I run a business. I mean, who do you think put these wheels on this motherfucker? I did. I am the man. I am the shop. I'm the one who took this transmission out. I am the man. I am the shop. So you riding in something that somebody who's worth this much money is actually making this much money. Because if you go to a shop, they're gonna say, we can have your transmission done in 1 day, $4,500. That means a mechanic should be making $4,500 in a day, right? I am a mechanic. So what can I say? I just happen to be a mechanic that drives. So I am worth the money, I think. But this lady, she ended up paying, the passenger payment on this one was $63 total. So she paid $63 total for this trip, $63. They made the adjustment of $9.88, gave me a 30% turbo for $14, a 10% bonus for $4.89, and a base earnings of $38. So I walked away with $68, and she paid $63 out of the $68. Insurance was $6.72, $6.72 to go 15 miles. So they're paying almost $2 a mile for insurance, pretty much $2 a mile for insurance. Lyft had to pay out of their pockets $11.76 to make this transaction valid. So of course I didn't get a tip. Even if they did give me a tip, it ain't ever gonna show up because they ain't give me no tip. But the cool thing about these people is they live in this place called the Falls. It's like some lakes. It's a lot of man-made lakes. So they got these man-made lakes and all the houses are wrapped around the lake and everybody has boats. So they sit on the lake and kind of cruise in the boats. So the lady had a pontoon boat. She parked it at her neighbor's house. I said, yeah, she says, I got a waterfall behind my house. So I can't park my pontoon boat at the waterfall. So I park my boat in front of his house. So when I want it, I got to go to his house just to get my boat to bring it to my house. So they were telling this huge story about a boat. And so I get to her house. Of course, what does she have in her driveway? A BMW 435i convertible, white, beautiful car, and a big black Jeep Wrangler. I'm like, hey, I got a Beamer and a Jeep too. She says, no, you don't. I said, no, I'm serious. I got a Beamer and a Jeep too. So I showed her my Beamer and she says, oh my God, we got to go Jeeping one day. I was like, yeah, let's go. She said, but can your Jeep go underwater? I said, no. She said, well, mine can. I said, well, I don't have a snorkel and all that shit. I don't do all of that. I off-road. I don't go underwater. So we had a good laugh about that. But I gave her my car. I told her, hit me up. We'll go off-roading one day. And the other guy, he's got to go to an event. So he's like, well, give me your car because I got to go to an event. I'm going to text you so you can get me to the event. I enjoyed the ride, appreciate the ride. I'd rather use you than use the service. I was like, no problem, man. And this dude was like, he's working on a deal right now, man. I'm working on a deal selling these $1.5 million houses, this and that. I'm like, these people are cool as shit. They so down to earth and so humble. I'm just a driver with my little driver cap on, dressed like a pimp. Like the black dudes, I'm just like a pimp, pimping. And they inviting me to off-road and say, hey, yeah, you can come ride my pontoon boat. Hey, I'm going to use you, for this and for my next ride. These people want to be so involved with drivers with good attitudes and good moods. When I'm driving, I don't act like I'm working. When I'm driving, I act like I'm riding with them. I'm acting like we just left dinner. Shit, I'm acting like we just left the concert. I'm acting like we going somewhere together. That's how it is. When I'm driving, I'm acting like we all in this together. We in this shit together. Let's roll. Let's kick it. What we listening to, man? What we listen to? This and that. I bet. Bam. What's your favorite song? Oh, okay, cool. I'll play some DMX. I slip it. I fall it. I can't get back. It be these old dudes, man. These dudes be like my age, 55, 60-year-old white dudes in the back. I'm slipping. I'm falling. I can't get up. In a minute time. I'll be like, this dude back here straight rapping DMX the whole time. But that's how we do in the car, man. That's how we do. And people wonder, man, how do you get so cool with people in the car? Don't act like this is a job. Act like it's an experience. That's it. Just act like it's an experience. And I'm one of those people that just say, hey, you know what? Give people a good experience. They're going to ask for you to come back. You give them a good ride, they're going to give you a tip. I don't want no $10, $15 tip. I want to sit there and say, hey, instead of a $10, $15 tip, how much are you using for a $150 ride? Because they're going to tip a driver 10 or 15 bucks because that's what they do, like tipping a waiter or a waitress. But imagine if a waiter or a waitress is so great, you say, hey, I want you to come cater my party. I'm throwing a party tomorrow. Come cater my party. You're not just a waitress. You're an experience. Come to my house, cater my party. I'll pay you 500 bucks. That's how I am. Thanks for the ride, but you're more than just a driver, brother. You are an experience. How'd you like to drive for me all the time? Well, love it. This is what we do. This is what we do. I'm not trying to spam. You're crack me up, DMX. I know it. I'm gonna get a drop and then I race. I'm about to drive my truck and then I go and then you go and then I'm out. Like motherfucker, Uber X. I'm DMX, baby. Uber X, DMX. I'm Democrat. I don't argue with some stuff they do, like Hochul with this damn congestion prices shit. And yeah, this is what kills me, man. The congestion pricing, it hurts people. It doesn't help nobody. What congestion pricing does, dead serious, they sit up there and they want to get into people's pockets so they can have a bigger slush fund. That's all congestion pricing is. It's a bigger slush fund that nobody ever audits, that people can use to do whatever the hell. Oh, I'm gonna go buy me a new yacht. Oh, I'm gonna travel to Spain. I'm gonna pay for my kids' college at Stanford University. That's what all this money is. It is a slush fund for all these politicians, all these people. That's why they scared of Mayor Adams, because Mayor Adams might got dirt on all their ass, and they scared of him. They scared of him because he knows what's going on. So if you want to hurt all these people in New York, charge them congestion pricing. People trying to get to and from work, they barely making money as it is enough to live. You charge them congestion prices on top of the high prices of living in New York, on top of parking, on top of insurance, on top of all this shit. You're just adding fuel to the fire with congestion pricing. Why don't you say, listen, it's a hard economy to make it in right now. Congestion pricing, we're not going to do it. What we're going to do is abate congestion pricing, let people have enough money to start participating in the economy again. We're not going to ding you just for trying to get the working back. We ain't going to ding you from trying to get from point A to point B. We're not going to ding you for that. Because at that point, it's costing you just to live. Just for you to get from point A to point B is costing you way too much. You in your own car, just trying to leave work and go home, and bam, $15, $17. It's like, damn, every day I go to work, it's costing me too much money. I might just have to quit my job. This is killing me right now, man. So I'm glad he came in and says, the slush fund is over. No more. You cannot be dinging people and charging people money like this hand over fist, using these slush funds to go out and have. No, we use those for projects. No, you don't. No, you don't. Look at the New York streets. Look at how it's been running to the ground over the past 4 years. None of this money was going towards anything good. It was going towards people's pockets. That's all it was doing, was going towards people's pockets. So I'm glad they're doing away with that. Let these people in New York enjoy their money. Let them go out and buy ice cream, go to a show, go to a concert, buy some shoes they want to buy some. All this congestion pricing shit ain't nothing but politicians play money. That's all it is. They know it's unaudited. They know ain't nobody looking into it. It's play money. That's all it is in that shit. And that's why they all mad. Because if I said we're going to do away with congestion pricing, and in return of that, we're going to give you guys, we're going to send federal agents in to actually fix your streets and roads and fix whatever you're using congestion pricing for. We'll take care of that as a federal government. What were you using congestion pricing for? Oh, to fix our signs, we'll come do the signs for you at a discount. What else were you using it for? To fix the curbs, we'll come fix the curbs for you. What else were you using that money for? They don't want nobody to do that. They just want the money because they ain't fixing none of that shit. They pocketing that money. They think people are stupid. Look at New York. That's not the city it used to be. And Democrats helped put it in that. I'm sorry, they just did, man. They ran that shit into the ground. Because when you sit there and you got the people in New York are getting more broke by the day. They're getting more broke. So how are you raking in all this dough from all of these people and your city is going down? What are these people paying for? What are they paying for? Show some proof of the income. Where is all this income going? Show some proof. If you can't show proof, you got to start charging these people. So I'm glad they're ending congestion pricing. Saying even with the other government agencies, you're not showing proof of what you're doing. Anytime I have a job, I get a review. Every year you get an annual review. If you don't get an annual review, and we call them job audits. Accountants, we get audited. We get audited by outside audit agencies like Arthur Anderson, Deloitte and Touche. They come in and audit us all the time. We don't care. Audit me. Check my shit. I'm legit. Check me. But not only that, I got to sit down with my bosses. Hey, Jeff, how's it been going here, man? Are you still liking a job here? Yeah. Is the responsibility? Yeah. How's the pay? You got to sit down with your boss and kind of review your job. Tell them how you like it. Tell them if you want to do more, can you do more? What about other positions you may want to do? They review you as a job. They review you. You tell them what you do, what you don't do, this and that. It's an audit. It's a job audit. So why are so many Democrats against sitting down and just telling their bosses what they do, what they're worth? Just like that movie Office Space. You remember Office Space? When they had that, they said, okay, tell us what you do at the company. Just tell us what you do. Every company does that. Why don't we have the federal government doing that? Why don't we have state governments doing that? Sit down, tell me what you do. What do you do? Oh, well, I actually, when I come in first thing in the morning, I make the coffee. So the coffee's made for everybody. So we don't have to hire nobody to make the coffee. And then I pass out copy paper for everybody who has personal copiers. I pass all the copy paper. Okay, who are you? Oh, I'm the director. I'm the director of stationery and coffee. That's your job, director of stationery and coffee. Yep. How long you been working there? 2 years. Passing out coffee and making sure everybody has a personal copier on their thing. How did you get this job? Oh, my cousin is actually the director of tables and chairs. He pushes all the tables and chairs around in the cafeteria. So he had me get the job because he didn't want to do this job. So he pushes around tables and chairs. I do the coffee and all the paper in the office. So he helped me get the job. Oh, okay. So how did he get the job? Oh, his mama is actually the director of flicking light switches off and on. So she goes to the office all day flicking light switches off and on. Also, 3 of y'all flick on light switches off and on. He moves around all the tables and chairs in the cafeteria. You made the coffee and make sure everybody got copy paper at the personal copiers. Yep. Okay. So how about we fire 2 of you motherfuckers and one of y'all do all 3 jobs? And it's like, that's all it is. You just auditing the job. That's it. Yeah, it's amazing how people are so surprised by a third-party audit or a basic job review. I want to know what planet these Dems work on. I'm telling you, Tracy, it's crazy. And I'm like, they're shoveling money around, saying, we need money for this. We need money for that. We need money for this. These jobs are all duplicated. When we go through corporate America, anybody who knows a corporate merger, we've been through mergers with Caesars Palace and ITT Sheraton. We've been through mergers with Sunterra and Diamond Resorts. When you go through a merger, there's job duplication. And everybody has to sit down and write down what they do for the company. What is their job? What is their job description? Turn it into your boss. Your boss turns it into their boss. Now the boss has stacks of paper. So now you got 2 corporations that have all this job duplication. Jeff, we already got 2 controllers now. So because we have 2 controllers, we can't have 2 people doing financial statements. So what we're going to do is you can either be over this department or this department, but we can't have 2. Or you could take a severance. I would take the severance because I would just rather go work somewhere else anyways. So I would always take the severance. So I take the big check. Give me the big check. Let me go sit at home for a few fucking months and do nothing. That's what I would do all the time in corporate. It happens in corporate. It never happened in the government, and the government is scared now because they're finally being treated like the corporation America truly is. We got a businessman and a businessman running the corporation of America right now. This ain't just a country. This is a corporation. And when you run this shit like corporate, you got to deal with audits. You got to deal with fraud. You got to deal with waste. You got to deal with policy. You got to come in and drop the sledgehammer. You drop the sledgehammer and say, hey, shit's going the wrong way. We're going to turn the ship around. Oh, you can't do that. America is a corporation and we all know it. Anybody who thinks America is not a corporation, you've been on a short bus too long. Welcome to America. It's a company. America is a LLC. It's a big corporation. That's all it is. And we are all employees of it. If you got a social security number, whatever you got, you are an employee of the country of the United States of America. You're an employee. So now you got business people coming in saying, we're going to trim the fat and run this shit like the business is supposed to be run as. And guess who's upset? Everybody who was milking this shit for everything it's worth, knowing there was no audits. Everybody hiring family and friends and cousins and using billions of dollars to pay a friend who had a friend help a friend with a swimming pool one summer. Hey man, here's $150. Oh, what am I supposed to do? Well, just act like you came over and built a, whatever. Okay, send me some invoices. Okay. And then you go look for the houses like they had all the millions of dollars go over to supposed to build all these houses. USA was supposed to build all these houses. It went over. Not a single house or school was built for years. Not a single house or school was built for years. Where's the money at? If you didn't build nothing with the houses, you didn't build no buildings, you ain't build no schools, you didn't build no roads, where's the money at? Oh, shit. I ain't think about that part. So everybody's getting money, right? Everybody's getting paid a salary. Everybody's getting paid, benefits. Everybody's taking vacation. Where is the product? You're supposed to be doing a job function that we pay you for. The job function not getting done. So we may have to let you go. It's not like we letting go of much. All we're doing is say, because if you ain't doing shit here, we're not letting go of anything. If you telling me you ain't doing nothing, then we're letting go of nothing. We are paying for nothing. You have to leave because you're doing nothing. That's all a job audit is. You can't just sit there and go like, well, they give me a check every 2 weeks. If they need me, they'll let me know they need me. No, you're not a contractor. You're a government employee. So if you're a government employee and you don't have a job description, you don't have a job, then we're paying you for nothing. It's time for you to go. And that's how real life really works. And I think a lot of people don't understand the real life of real adults and how we do every day. If I don't wake up in my day, I'm not beneficial out there. I got to get up and go out there and be a benefit. If I'm not a benefit, I don't get paid. I don't just sit at home and Uber just sending me money on my phone. Hey, Jeff, here's the money. We got some money from the government. Here's your part of it. Cool. Thanks for the kickback. No. You got to go out and be beneficial. And I'm sorry that all these government employees are upset. But when you tell a kid to clean up his room and he gets upset, I'm like, motherfucker, you made the mess. How are you mad? You mad that we telling you to clean up the room and these are your shoes, your toys, your game, your shoots, your pillowcases. All this shit's yours. You made the mess. We just saying clean it up. No, get all mad and shit. Sit in the middle of the floor throwing a fit. So we'll come in and clean it up for you since you won't clean it up. And now you mad that we're not even asking you to clean it up no more. We'll come and clean it up. You just got to get out of the room so we can work. So you're mad that you didn't clean it up. And now you mad that we kick you out the room so we can clean it up. What kind of a kid are you? You're a weird ass kid. It's like, man. They utterly confused by these people in the media trying to act like Elon needs to steal anybody's money. I'm going to tell you right now. When people say, oh yeah, billionaires don't look out for people. Billionaires look out for themselves. I'm going to tell you something. If I just finished eating dinner, I'm the person you want me to cook for you. Because if I'm full, I'm not eating your fucking food. I just ate dinner. Elon's a billionaire. Trump's a billionaire. These motherfuckers already ate dinner. I want somebody who's eating dinner that already ate all. You don't have some hungry motherfuckers come in making me dinner because they're going to start biting on my French fries. They're going to start biting on my hamburger. They're going to sip out of my Sprite. You don't have hungry thieves cooking your meals. If you want your food cooked, I want a billionaire coming in doing the work for me. Why? Because a billionaire don't need to steal from me. It's these broke motherfuckers need to steal from me. So I'm going to have anybody do my books. It's somebody who knows how to do books. And it's somebody who already got their books together. Somebody already with money. When you hire broke folks in to do your, guess what? Your wallet's missing. Where's my wallet at? Shit. Man, where's my wallet? Your phone's gone. Man, where the fuck's my telephone? Man, I had a phone sitting over here. What the? Yeah, you had these broke ass people. Oh, we broke just like you. We not billionaires. We broke like you. And because we broke like you should hire us. No, because you hungry. If you broke, then you hungry. You coming in on $140,000 salary, 4 years later, you worth $40 million. Whose food you been eating? You come in on $140,000 salary, 4 years later, you're worth $20 million. Whose fucking food you been eating? I'm sorry, but you came in the door hungry. Now you full. Whose food you been eating? I'd rather have Elon come in. Elon, you already ate, man. I'm already ate. I'm billion. I'm about to shoot a rocket off, motherfucker. I'll see you tomorrow. Trump, you coming in? Motherfucker, I'm full. I'm finna go swing this motherfucker at Mar-a-Lago. I'm finna go swing me a golf. Then I want you in the cook. I want people who already ate. If you gonna cook my dinner, I hope you ate already. You don't have fucking homeless people off the street come in cooking your food. Where's my cornbread, motherfucker, bit out of? The hell? Where's my beans at? And I ate half the fucking beans out. Where's my Sprite? Man, ain't number ice in this motherfucker. You had a bunch of homeless people come make your dinner. That's why I don't trust all these broke ass people who weren't career politicians, but all of a sudden they're wealthy as shit right now. Whose food y'all been eating? Where y'all get this money from? Because you ain't getting it off your salary. Where you getting this money from? Elon, can you check on these people, man? Where they getting the money from? Oh, we see where they getting the money from. Yeah. We got to keep Elon. We got to stop him. We need to stop Trump. We need to stop them. We need to stop all of this. Why you need to stop it all? Because he about to find out where we getting out. He's got our Social Security. Now. He's to find out where we getting all this money from. Yeah. Nancy Pelosi, all of them. We want to just see where you getting the money from. Stacey Abrams. I mean, they uncovering shit that nobody even thought about. This is amazing. America voted for this. This is amazing. To sit back and watch these corrupt ass people in our face virtue signaling every day. Trump's a racist. Trump's this and you a thief. I don't trust thieves. Sorry. So if I don't trust a thief, that means I'm not listening to anything you say because I don't trust a thief. So you can say whatever you want to say about Trump. I don't trust a thief. And you motherfuckers been stealing. I don't trust a thief. So it's like, no, I'm not, man. Now people are calling Elon the beast and they're talking on the bottom. Bro, they gonna say everything they could possibly say. I did a post the other day. And I know this is what I said. You got to understand the Democratic playbook. Democrats wake up upset. Not all of them. Remember, everything I say is not 100%. You may be a Democrat saying that's not me. Then I'm not talking about you. Only a hit dog will holler. Okay? Only a hit dog will holler. Let me finish. So Democrats will wake up. And these motherfuckers is mad already. Already mad. Remember when the Civil War happened? Democrats was waking up mad because the North was saying we're doing a human capital audit. Europe had already outlawed slavery at the time. Europe outlawed it. Europe said, no, this is inhumane. It's messing up the vibe and the energy of just humanity, period. And it messes up the economy on top of that. Everything, because people would rather having slaves work for nothing versus paying people. So the economy is messed up. If you can get free labor, that means the people who want to work can't get a job. If you get immigrants, that means the people who want to work can't get a job. So therefore, as long as you have slaves involved in the economy is going to be messed up because you got people who can afford the slaves and afford to house the slaves, beat the slaves and feed the slaves that will always have the upper hand because the people who can't afford the slaves and need to work can never get a job. It messes up, slavery messes up the economy. It just tears it up. The Southern Democrats said, no. Slavery is our business. We got to have somebody picking the cotton. Remember when they was just saying, we got to have somebody picking the fruits and vegetables. They just said that shit before Trump was elected. When you get rid of immigrants, people ain't going to pick the fruits and vegetables. And I'm like, that's the same shit they said about slavery, though. Who's going to pick all the cotton and alfalfa and sassafras? Who's picking all that shit if we get rid of slaves? That's what the Southern Democrats said. So there was a civil war that was fought. Now, the Civil War was fought because the Democrats told the black people on the plantation who was getting their ass beat every day. They didn't have shit. They said, listen, you guys got to fight with us. If you don't fight with us, they're going to come for your homes. They're going to come for your families. They're going to separate you from your families. They're going to hurt you, kill you. You're going to be in danger. You got to fight to keep our lifestyle. You got to fight to keep your home. You got to fight to keep this plantation. You got to fight with all you got. That's what the Democrats are doing right now. Because how can black slaves fight to stay enslaved? It's kind of like, how can black Democrats right now fight after you just saw all these immigrants dumped in your neighborhood and told these are the people who are going to replace you? How can black Democrats fight when they see these people getting EBT? When they see these people getting free cash on cars, luxury hotels? How can black Democrats sit here and fight for the Democrats that just literally re-enslave your ass all over again while sticking your replacements in your face? It don't make no sense. I'm like, this is slavery all over again. That's why they was taking all of them. We had a conversation before. They're going to take down all the signs of slavery. They're going to take down all the Confederate shit. They're taking all of this away because they want to take away the reminder of what was, unburdened by what was to be unburdened by what is, whatever the fuck she said. Word salad, motherfucker. I have no idea what she said. But if you're going to sit there and take away all these slave statues and all this stuff, that means you're taking away a reminder from the youth that are not even educated right now, don't even know about Black history. They don't even know about what we went through in this country. So you're taking all that away to not remind them that when Democrats stand up and fight again against the Republicans and fight again against racist Elon and racist Trump, they don't even think. You Democrats tricked us the first time to fight in the Civil War. You told us we was going to fight and you was going to give us 40 acres and a mule and we was going to have all this freedom and all that. You promised of all that stuff, but we didn't get none of that shit because we didn't win. Wait a minute. We didn't have that before the war, so why would you give us that after the war? We didn't have, you didn't promise me 40 acres and a mule when I was working for you faithfully every day. I got 4 generations of slaves in my family working for you religiously every day, and you never promised me 40 acres and a mule unless I fought for you so you can retain power over me. When I help you retain power over me, then you're going to give me 40 acres and a mule. Does that shit sound right? Sounds like propaganda to me. Sounds like propaganda. And it's the same propaganda right now that I'm seeing. Everybody's like, oh yeah, if you let Doge come in and investigate us, they're going to take away everything about it. They're going to have your social security number. Sorry, YouTube already got it. Because how do you think I get paid on YouTube? They already got my social security number. There's so many databases on this planet. I already got my social security. I got a cell phone. Guess what? They got my social security number. They had to run my credit. The car lot got my social security number. Everybody's got my social security number. So Elon, fucking take it. Ain't nothing ever happened to it anyways. Take it. Knock yourself out, bro. Have at it. Everybody's already got my social security number and I'm not worried about it. It's like, I don't wake up, oh shit, who all got my social security number? Everybody's got it. TikTok even got it now. I gave it in TikTok now so I can get monetized on TikTok. So now TikTok got my social security number. I'm not worried about Elon having it. So what? But yet that's the fear they throw at you. That's the fear they throw at you. You should be scared that somebody other than you and me got your social security number. You should be scared, you Democrats. And I'm like, bro, it's probably about 15, 20 people I could think, oh, like Wells Fargo's got it, Bank of America's got it. Anybody who I fill out a credit report with in my entire life, they databases got it. So I'm really not even in that argument right now. I'm not even in that argument. Yep, PayPal, same thing. I use PayPal for everything. PayPal's got it. Everybody's got my social security number. I could care less. But it's a fear tactic. The same fear tactic they used to. How do you get? This is what, like, remember when Kanye said slavery was a choice? He said that slavery was a choice. And I never understood what he meant until I really started thinking of the psyche behind it. How do you get Black Democrats who are enslaved to fight with the people who are enslaving them against freedom? You're fighting against freedom, not for freedom. Slavery is a choice if you're willing to say, I'm willing to fight so you can retain power over me. That's a choice you're making at that point. Right now, we're in a point in time when we've got Democrats being exposed for all the shit they've done to these countries, and there are other Democrat followers making a conscious choice to not see the fraud, the corruption, but to be misled to say, this is all exposing us is bad for the world. If they expose us, it's bad for the world. If they do away with slavery, if they make me lose my plantation and you guys can't pick my crops no more, it's bad. Fight for me. Fight for what's good. Fight for picking cotton. Fight for picking sassafras and alfalfa. Fight for that. Fight to stay a slave. You don't want to be free. Fight to be you need to walk my horses and shit every day. Fight for that. How can you indoctrinate somebody to fight for their own in slavery against freedom? How can you fight for somebody to keep concealing the fraud? You're fighting for fraudsters. You're fighting for the liars who you can see clearly lying. And you're saying, fight for me. I'm the liar. But if they expose me, it's bad. Do not let them expose me because it's bad. Shit makes no sense to me. Like Kanye said, there's choices people are making and they're not even thinking. These motherfuckers are NPCs. They're on autopilot, non-playable characters in a big video game. They're NPCs. You can't tell me you sat there and thought with your brain to say, this guy is robbing us, but Elon's a racist. Trump's a racist. Oh, these people are taking millions and billions and transferring them to other states. But this guy, he's a Nazi, man. I don't know. I'd rather not have a Nazi. You can steal from me, rob me, keep my whole family and generations of me in poverty. Just don't let this Nazi get my social security number. Shit don't make no sense. I'm like, bro, do you know how many people got your social security number? Have you ever heard of credit fraud? Have you ever heard of credit, like identity theft? Have you ever heard of any of these things? How do you think those things have happened? Because all the secure systems we got somehow still got your identity stolen. Somebody still used your credit card that you used to get gas 3 weeks ago. So it wasn't Elon, it's systems. Certain systems are not secure. It ain't people aren't secure. Certain systems aren't secure. So for anybody out there thinking Elon is the key to having shit done to you, you haven't really been alive on planet Earth for too long. I've seen people have their identity stolen. I've seen people have to report to the credit bureau that none of these charges are theirs. People at the bank, I didn't charge that. I don't know what that is. It didn't have shit to do with Elon. This was all before Elon. But you got the Democrat leaders got you so focused on Elon is the key to your shit being stolen. Elon is the key to, I'm like, bro, this shit's been going on. What are you talking about? You're not saying nothing new. You're regurgitating old rhetoric, trying to rile us up to say, oh yeah, Elon's bad, bro. They will say anything to not be exposed for what they're doing. And the expositions keep coming out, keep rolling out every day. 40 million for this, 20 million for that, 30 million. I mean, the expositions are just rolling out. Housing, urban development, all of these people, the EPA with all of $22 million worth of shit they doing, everything just rolling down the pipe. And they like, we can't stop the flood, man. We getting exposed. How do we stop the flood? Just say Elon's a Nazi. That's it. Just say Elon's a Nazi. Just say it. And I tell people, hey, William, hey, me and you the same. Anybody who's been on my Facebook channel, they will tell you, I said if there's a Republican involved, expose them too. Motherfucker, just because you red don't mean you okay. If you doing the same shit, if you locked into this too, you in it too. I'm on that shit, William. I'm on that. Trust me. It's not just Democrats. I don't care. It's not just Democrats because there's people around the world involved in this scheme. People in Ethiopia are not Democrats. People in Ukraine are not Democrats. People in Venezuela are not Democrats. People in Mexico, Canada, France, Spain, Germany. These are people who are not Democrats. So for you to say it's not Democrats, it's not just Democrats, it's the most common sense shit I've ever heard. That's like me saying, if I tie my shoes will be tied. I mean, it's that fucking common sense. If I tie my shoes will be tied. Of course, because I just tied my shoes. It's not just Democrats, because where's all this money going? To people who are not Democrats in other countries. It's not just Democrats. It's a lot of people involved. And will it rope in some of the Republicans in America? Oh, I'm pretty sure it will rope some of their ass in too. But it's definitely not just Democrats. There's a lot of people all over the world who don't even have a party affiliation. They in some other country who just has like a dictator probably. I don't even know. And that person is getting the benefits of our money over here. So yeah, you're right. It's not just Democrats. Motherfucker, we live on planet Earth and that money is somewhere on this planet. And there are some people who are not Democrats that got their hand on that money. It's not just Democrats. We're coming for everybody. And the Democrats are protecting us from knowing who those people are. They're standing in the way. No, don't open them books. No, don't open that file. Don't look at those wire transfers. Look at the TAS system, the Treasury Accountability System. There was a blank field. There's a blank field. And Elon came in and shut that loophole. He said, from now on, a transfer does not go through without a code in that TAS field. That TAS field has to have a code. If not, a wire doesn't go out. It's as foreign as 1% of other federal budget. That's what they tell you, William. That's what they tell you. I mean, they told you that if you wear a mask, you wouldn't catch COVID too. They told you if you got a vaccine, you wouldn't get COVID. And once you had the vaccine, they told you you couldn't even transmit it once you got a vaccine. So the shit you telling me is the shit they told you. Because I'm going to ask you, where'd you hear that from? Where'd you hear it from? Because you don't work in the White House. Where'd you hear that from? You heard that from the media. The same media that told you if you get a shot, you can't transmit COVID. I don't listen to people, man. You got to realize this shit. When you say something, I hope you sitting on that as a fact and not as some shit you just heard. That's just me keeping it 100. You better know 100% sure that you, because the EPA is saying all the shit. I mean, Elon and them is saying all the shit that's going on is a lie. So if everything you think is what you heard, but Elon is exposing everything and it's coming out to be lies, that means you're just repeating lies. That's all it is. You're just repeating lies. Yep. That we should have never got off the gold standard. Yep. And that's the thing. If they can't find the gold, then what? If they can't find the gold, then does the American dollar completely collapse? If the American dollar completely collapse, all of our bank accounts go to zero instantly. If Elon exposes that, everybody's bank account goes to zero instantly because it's backed by dollars. It says in God we trust, but we know this shit should be backed by gold. So if they open them doors and there ain't no gold, everybody out here with $30,000 in the bank, $200,000 in the bank, guess what? You better have that shit in some other form of currency. You better have that shit in some rupees, some pesos. You better have that shit in some, because the American dollar is going to go straight to the fucking ground. And then what? We back to the barter system. Hey, I'll do this for you if you do this for me. We back to the barter system. Hey, I'll watch your kids for you if you grow me some fruits and vegetables. It's going to be back to the barter system. So, yeah. I heard they've been bringing in gold at night. Get ready for Elon. For real, they probably are. They're probably scared as shit right now. They're like, hey, man, Elon's coming and he's going to live stream it. Like, shit. Yeah, we better start shipping some stuff in. Because I'm telling you, they open them doors. Boom. If the whole world says, bro, they open the doors and there's no go, all this American currency is backed by nothing. It's like 4 dudes in there playing poker and shit, sitting in a dark room playing poker under a fucking light, drinking Coronas and shit. That was the only thing that was in that room. They're going to be like, the American dollar goes straight to the fucking ground. Everybody's bank accounts are now it goes from worth 10 grand to worth fucking $11. It's like, damn, my bank account went from 10 grand to $11. It was like, yeah, instantly the value goes. So the only way we can get to the bottom of all of this is to get to the bottom of it. I mean, you can't build a house on quicksand and expect that shit to stand forever. And I think the Democrats build a house on quicksand. You cannot consciously know all the fraud you're doing is going to stay concealed for eternity. I mean, they opened up the JFK files. Now people are realizing, a lot of people out there, mainstream people are saying there was 2 shooters, not just one, because of the way the JFK files were and everything that was lined up. The murders of all these black leaders, all those files are open now. So now it's not just, oh, it was just a murder. We don't know who killed them. They know exactly who did it now because all the files are open. You cannot build a house on quicksand. If you build a house on concrete, it's going to stand. Concrete is truth. You got to build this house on truth. If you want to build America, build it on truth. The truth is going to hurt. The truth sucks. But if you build it on truth, at least you know the truth. If you build it on quicksand, you don't know if that shit's going to stand or collapse. Because they've got this quicksand so wide and so deep. Right now, it's scared to the point to where they thinking if they open up the vault and there's nothing in there, all of our bank accounts go to zero instantly. That's what they're thinking right now. And that's why everybody's panicking. Why do you think a lot of these politicians are scared? Because when you look at that TAS number and all those millions of dollars leaving, going outside of the country, what banks are they sitting in? Those American banks? No, they're other countries' banks. So our money is sitting in other country banks all over the place. They keep saying there's third party. They found 20 billion parked, or 2 billion. They found 2 billion parked in an offshore account, just sitting there. And people just living off the interest. So there's 2 billion American dollars that went through a program just sitting parked in some account, in some third party account overseas, and people just living off of the interest or whatever. I'm like, if they found one, imagine how many more. Imagine how many more they got. Man. This is Ron Paul want to audit the Fed and shut it down. Oh yeah. It says it takes $200 American dollars to equal the same purchasing power of $100 from the year 1999. We're being robbed. The ultra wealthy don't hold wealth in dollars. Americans have been duped. Oh yeah. They hold wealth in investments. They also hold wealth in other currencies around the world. We got a lot of Chinese money, and the Chinese people have a lot of our money. The sad part is this. Americans, the politicians we have in America right now, this is what threw people off. So we got politicians in America who decided to bring over immigrants. But because we didn't have enough money in the programs for immigrants, We borrowed money from China to fund the programs over here, and we're going to use the money here to pay China back. This is what how he put it. Imagine somebody homeless. Imagine somebody homeless walking up to you, going, "Excuse me, sir, can you spare a couple of dimes? Can you spare some money?" You say, "Hold up for a second, I'll be right back." You go to the bank and you fill out a form to take out a $1,000 loan to give to this homeless person. You don't have money on you, but you're going to go take out a loan and give this homeless person $1,000 you just signed for. You go back to the homeless person and you go, "Here you go, here's $1,000. And it goes, "Wow, thank you so much. I was just asking for a couple of spare bucks. Don't worry about it. I just went and borrowed $1,000 and I gave it to you because I knew you didn't have nothing." The bum walks off and you're left holding a $1,000 loan under your name. That's America. That's the shit America just did. They were going to China borrowing all of this money. All these people borrowing all of this money, getting kickbacks. Of course, there's kickbacks in every program. Hey, if we borrow money from you, can we get a little 10% for the big guy? Can you slide some shit in on the side for me? And so they're borrowing all of this money all over the country to fund things in America that we don't even have the money for. And black people, for some strange reason, who vote Democrat, was trying to vote in somebody who couldn't even take care of $1.5 billion in about 60 days or 90 days. She couldn't even handle that. It was too much money. It's too much. I can't do this. It's too much money. Way too much. They just lost that shit. They lost it. Money went all over and then still ended up in debt after that. Record amount of money pulled in and still ended up in debt after that. But that's who they were going to vote for. That person. I already told you, a lot of black people, we're not really good with finances. We're not good with finances. We got bad credit. We're not taught about credit when we're coming up in the hood. And I know that shit because I grew up in the hood. We didn't have a lot of credit classes. We used to have home economics where we can write checks and balance a home budget and shit like that. We used to do that shit in home economics at Kirkwood High. We did it. I remember doing the home budget. They stopped teaching that because once you educate people about money, people have the power to audit. People have the power to ask questions now. Once you teach people so much about biology, we start questioning biology. You teach people enough about a car, mechanic work, they're going to start questioning the mechanic. Dude, I got an oil leak out of the front. Why did you change my exhaust system in the back? Oh, because, yeah. Bro, it was an oil leak in the front. You changed my whole exhaust system and charged me $1,900 for a new exhaust system. Because they probably put new valve cover gaskets on for $17. Put a $1,900 exhaust system on there and said, "Yeah, it was your exhaust system causing a leak, so we just replaced the whole exhaust." No, it wasn't. It was an exhaust system another customer couldn't afford or didn't buy. They had to put it on somebody's car, so they chose you because they didn't think you knew cars. So now you got a new exhaust system because they said, "Well, your exhaust system was causing that engine oil leak in the front." And you never took the valve covers off to see the valve covers were even old. It was $17 valve covers the whole time. But if you know mechanic work, just like if you know money, if you know auditing, can't nobody get over on you. That's why they stopped teaching that shit in inner city schools. They don't teach that. They'll teach you some other shit, some off the wall shit that ain't got nothing to do with you being successful. Nothing for you to do with you being successful as a human. And we'll plant that into the curriculum so you don't worry about the shit that really matters, like money, savings, credit, banking. If credit didn't matter, they wouldn't worry about America's credit. They didn't worry about America's credit. They would just, "Oh, you know what? If we need money, we need money." No, because you keep raising the debt ceiling. Why are you always raising the debt ceiling, but we're not cutting out all this job duplication, job replication, job triplication, and unnecessary shit? Why are we not cutting all of that out? You just keep raising the debt ceiling because you keep hiring your cousin. You hire your friend. You hire your cousin's friend. You hire your baby mama's friend. You hire your baby mama cousin's friend. Instead of just saying, "Why don't you two get together and just do the job?" Because you two lazy motherfuckers don't want to do the work. See, I just keep hiring other people to do work. They get lazy. They hire other people to do work. Now we got 8 people sitting in this department when really we probably only need 2. And we got 8 people, we probably only need 2. We could trim off, 60% of this workforce, only keep 40% of y'all, and still do the exact same shit without paying all the money. That's why everybody was scared to leave their positions. Because, no, I'm not leaving my position. I'm going to keep my position. Why? Because it pays me. Okay, you're going to keep your position because it pays you. Cool. Now that Elon's asking you, what do you do? Now you're pissed off. Wait a minute. I told you I didn't want to resign. I don't want the money. I don't want the check. I want to keep my position. Why? Because I'm getting paid. Well, we're going to pay you 8 months in advance and let you sit home and you can do whatever you... No. Because they already know the amount of money they making from this little racket, from the scheme they're getting, is way more than what they getting paid from this job. I was just looking at a video the other day. This manager at Dollar General, she's a manager. She was stealing upwards of $500 to $600 per day on her shift, stealing $500 to $600 per day. If she's working 3 days, that's $1,500 to $1,800 a week she's taking home. Multiply that times 4, that's $7,200 extra. At $1,800 a week for 4 weeks, that's $7,200 extra. $7,200 extra she's taking home every month. $7,200 extra 12 months, that's over $95,000 this lady is taking home. $85,000 she's taking home. And guess how she was doing it? She was letting buddies come through, use the self-checkout. So when they would use the self-checkout, they get everything and she'd clear it. She'd void the transaction. She kept doing it until she got busted. You don't think there's people in government doing that same shit because nobody's checking on, nobody's auditing, nobody's checking up what's going on? You don't think there's people involved in our government at the DMVs and the EPAs and the EDAs and the DODs and the DPTs and the PPP? You don't think there's motherfuckers involved in all those different departments that's found some way to scheme the system and now they're scared to get busted? If they doing that shit at Dollar General, of course they doing it at the government. See, Dollar General has assistant managers and managers and on-duty managers and chef managers. They got all these that can check the books. But when you are in a government and you have no accountability, you have nobody accounting for you. Now, you there for 30 years. This lady was there for 30 years at the Social Security Department. 30 years, 30 years, 30 years, rose to become the director of all of that shit. You don't think she playing the game? You don't think she's a part of the game? Because when Elon said, well, we finna come in and open up the game, she said, well, I quit. If you gonna come in and open up the game, I'm quit. Man. And guess what she did? She walked. Elon's coming in the building. He's going to get everybody's social security numbers. He's taking them all. So when he does that, I don't want to be here. I'm quitting. I'm out. Why? I mean, everybody's already got our social security number. Why are you quitting? Because just like I said about the Dollar General, when that guy started going through all the books, he realized this lady is stealing $500 to $600 every day she's at work. And it's always at the same time. 10 o'clock p.m. when the store was kind of light. So she saw the prime time to steal this money every night at $2,200. So every time they looked at $2,200 on the night she worked, it was that same $450, $500, $624. So she left a trail for her own crime at Dollar General. You don't think right now in the government there's a trail of crime? There's a huge trail that's leading back to everybody that's involved in it. Paper trail. Why do you think everybody wanted to get in the building real quick and get a hold of their computers? Remember Hillary Clinton smashed up the hard drives, deleted all the emails? Because if you kill all the evidence, you delete all the evidence, then you keep people on the goose chase. But if you're completely honest and innocent, why would you destroy anything? I mean, you're on the up and up. Why would I just take my laptop and smash it with a hammer right now? Because somebody said, Jeff, I'm on my way over there, man. Okay. I just start smashing my laptop. Am I psycho? It's like, bro, I told Jeff was going to come over this motherfucker, started smashing his laptop on the live stream, man. I'm coming over. Okay. Come on over, bro. It's all great, man. It's all good. Am I fucking psycho or something? Hey, when I went, okay, I just start deleting a ton of emails and shit. If I'm good and I'm on the up and up, why go through all that? If I'm good and I'm on the up and up? Shit don't make no, like I said, motherfuckers, obvious. Why be so upset that you willing to quit your job and crash computers and running bills and do crazy shit? If somebody said, Jeff, man, I'm coming to your house right now, man. I'm gonna check on the dogs, make sure all the dogs are there. Oh, trust me, you can come over. You can see these motherfuckers from the front window. As soon as you walk in my yard, you got 4 dog faces looking out the window barking. Come on over, no problem. But if you say, Jeff, we coming over, we gonna check on these 4 dogs. No, don't come over to my house. I'm finna protest this shit. He's trying to come over to my house and audit my dogs. He's trying to do this and that with my dogs. Why he trying to come to my house and see my dogs? Something wrong with him. He racist. He a damn Nazi coming over to see my dogs. Bro, I just want to come and just make sure you got 4 dogs. You say you got 4. If there's goodness on the up and up, I'm like, dude, you don't even have to get out your car. Cruise up, stop by my mailbox. When they hear car engines, these motherfuckers go nuts. All 4 of them will be right in the window. Knock yourself out. So when somebody is so vehemently against you doing something basic and they're claiming they're innocent, it's got to be something more to it. Got to be something more to it. Got to be. Because people don't just freak the fuck out for no reason. They don't go to this degree. They didn't have a whole big ass press conference over anything. We had illegals all in our country for 4 years. You didn't see a single Democrat holding a massive press conference, yelling and screaming about black communities deserve better than being dumped on like this. You don't just dump these people in community centers. You don't dump these people in post offices. You don't dump these people in hotels and apartment buildings. You don't do people like that. These black people deserve better than that in their communities. You ain't hear not one Democrat say that. Not one. It was getting kickbacks. But yet, the moment Elon says, I just want to come into the building, Elon's going to come into this building and destroy everybody's life out there. Elon's a racist. He's a Nazi. He's the devil. He's a demon. He's going to open up that front door and hell's going to open up and you're going to see souls and ghouls and goblins come out of the ground. These motherfuckers is crazy. They seriously upset. And I'm like, bro, it can't be that far. It cannot go that far to where Democrats are freaking out at this massive of a thing just because somebody wants to just look. I just want to look. That's it. Just let me see. Let me see what's in there. Nope. Tell you what. Everybody just stay out of the building. Everybody go home. Since you motherfuckers want to work from home anyways, just stay home. Stay home. Man, they ass was running so far up to that Department of Education. They ran to that department. But yet, everybody wants to work from home. That day, they ass wanted to show up. They like, I want to show up. I'm going to go show up. I'm going to work today. Bro, you ain't working like 8 months. Yeah, but Elon coming. Yeah, exactly. Now that Elon's coming, you want to go to work. Your ass want to work from home until Elon's coming. Shit's different now. Like, man. Oh, yeah. Man, everybody's corrupt. Everybody's corrupt. So Elon has gotten more kickbacks and subsidies than any businessman in America in the last 20 years. And guess what? Time to wake up. Do you know why? What does Elon do? What does Elon do? He does electric cars. What did the Democrats start with that shit with that little girl, Greta Thunberg? The Green New Deal. So Elon is a product of the fucking Democrats. Think about it. Nobody talked about the Green New Deal. Nobody gave a shit about electric cars. Nobody cared until the Democrats said we can come up with a Democrat was paying $20-30 million to countries, and it was for programs called the effects of climate change on women. Wait a minute, so you're using all my tax dollars to start a program to research the effects of climate change on women? I tell you what, motherfuckers go outside in the sun, you're gonna get sunburned. You go out in the snow, your ass gonna freeze. The whole research is done. It's it. Just give me the money now. You can give me $50. Give me $50. You just saved millions of dollars, and I just gave you the research of the effects of climate change on women. I just told you that shit in one sentence. Give me the money. So I'm sitting there like, man, but yeah, that's what Elon did, man. Elon, when Greta Thunberg and all these motherfuckers was out there talking about climate change, we need to go electric. We need to stop using gas cars. We need to stop. Tesla took off. The Democrats pushed that shit. Elon never once said, hey, everybody, stop. I'm going to come up with this new thing called electric cars, and I think everybody needs to use it. Democrats didn't go, the fuck you talking about? The Democrats started that shit because they wanted a kickback. The Democrats was like, listen, this is what we're going to do. We're going to push this new shit out, and everybody who's got oil, what we can do is we can jack the oil prices up by saying oil's going out of business, y'all. Oil's going to be short. And Trump is like, drill, drill, drill. Oil's going to be short. It's going to be electric cars out there. So this is what we're going to do. We're going to jack up all the prices for oil because oil going out of business. And we're going to start this new Green New Deal. And Elon was like, well, I'm a smart dude. I sell tomatoes. If a motherfucker say they want to make tomato salad, I sell tomatoes. The Democrats is like, we're going to sell tomato salad. Elon's like, I sell tomatoes. I mean, anybody in their right mind would see the shit that the Democrats was doing. If you sold tomatoes, you would say, hey, I sell tomatoes. So when you say Elon got more kickbacks and subsidies than any other businessman, Elon is smart. He sells tomatoes. Democrats said, hey, everybody should just eat nothing but tomatoes. Elon's not going to be stupid and go, oh, no, man. Democrats are the ones looking at tomatoes. I don't want to sell my tomatoes to no Democrat. Elon about that money. So Elon said, guess what? I sell tomatoes. I tell you what, Elon, if you sell tomatoes to Americans in drove and you build some tomato stands and you do this, we'll give you some incentives and we'll give you this and that. And Elon's like, that's cool. So I just got to build tomato stands. Just build tomato stands everywhere. And we're going to make sure you have all the money you do. So they're funding him money, but yet they're getting little kickbacks. So they'll say, hey, listen, Department of Energy, when you send Elon that $2.6 million, there's an administrative fee of $1 million on there. The administrative fee has to go to this account. That administrative fee is that Democrat. So Elon only sees what he signed a contract for. He don't see what's on the back end. What do the Americans see? Nothing, because there's no audit. So you might see 50 million going to Elon, but you don't see the 6 million going for these administrative people here. Elon don't even see it because the source of the transaction, like I told you, it was left blank. Remember the TAS? It was left blank. So that means wire transfers were going out and nobody knew what they were for. So if nobody knows what these wire transfers are for, but you can see from point A to point B was Elon for 50 million, where'd the 6 million go? It was left blank. Where'd the 3 million? It was left blank. So the whole time you're thinking in your head, these are all administrative fees. But Elon's like, all I got was 50 million. I don't know about no 10 million worth of administrative fees. I never heard about that. Oh, yeah. When you were selling them Teslas to the government? Yeah. It was like a 50 million deal. Yeah, it was a 50 million deal. That's what we agreed on. It was a $50 million deal. But yeah, there was other wire transfer that went out behind that. I don't know shit about that. You need to talk to the person that wired them. You go talk to the person that wired them. What are they like at the government right now? We don't know. It's left blank. I don't know why that money went there. I don't even know who that is. That's why you have an audit. Yeah. Imagine that Elon turned Republican because Dems saw them to take advantage of capitalism at its finest. And I'm telling you, like I said, people don't even want to go to the root to see what type of weed it is. Just go to the root. The way this whole energy shit started blowing up and growing, it all started from a Democratic scheme. They called anybody else out there a conspiracy theorist. And they sold all this propaganda to all of these people. And anybody who capitalized on that propaganda at the time, now is called a thief. It's like, wait a minute. But Elon produces electric cars. Xpeng, Zio, all these companies that sell electric cars all got grants, all got deals, all got money, all these electric cars. But what you don't see is the people who don't even make electric cars were getting money in those deals. People who were just administering those deals, brokering those deals, being attorneys for those deals, they were the ones getting all the money. So how are all these attorneys and all these other people who are brokering all these deals getting all of this money for propaganda? Because it was a shakedown from the get-go. The Democrats already knew. We're going to start this whole thing about climate change. Within that, we're all going to be able to eat. How? Start selling climate change on MSNBC. Sell it on CNN. Get Greta Thunberg. Go get a little ass kid. Can't nobody talk shit about no kids. The girl's crazy, man. She be looking in the camera all psycho. She be like, I'm like, motherfucker, look. I'm like, who trusts a kid like that? Imagine waking up in the middle of the night to go to the bathroom and you got that little Greta Thunberg kid in your hallway going. I'm like, motherfucker, this ain't about climate change. This is about me about to drop kick your ass down them staircases. That kid looks psycho. Look at any picture of that kid anywhere on the internet. That's what she look like. Yeah, I'm like, yeah, she's nuts. That kid is nuts. Most kids are happy. They like. She's like. It's like, yeah, okay, whose kid is this? Get this old crazy ass kid up out of here. But that's what they did. They used the kid to push that product. And they said, well, we can get all the little kids up under it to tell their parents, Mom, we should be taking shorter breaths during breakfast to save the climate. Motherfucker, I'm not going to sit here and sniffle all goddamn breakfast because Greta Thunberg told you to take shorter breaths during breakfast. Take shorter breaths during breakfast and you can save the climate. Motherfucker, whatever. You sound like a goddamn puppy. Get out of here. Go to school. So it's like, that's what they did. They get those little kids to promote this shit to other little kids and sell them all this nonsense. And the parents, oh, I love my kid. If my kid cares about it, I care about it. Everybody save your milk carton. Whatever, my man, throw that fucking milk carton and recycle. If you save it and everybody saves a milk carton, whatever, man, I ain't doing that shit. So what happened is everybody who capitalized on it end up in the end getting money. Even the people overseas was getting banked up. They were all getting money on it. So yeah, I'm one of them people, man. I'm one of them people that really believe, oh, Nicola. Don't even talk to me about Nicola right now. Don't even talk to me about Nicola right now. What up, Zenville? Bro. Oh, Nicola. These motherfuckers. Let me tell you about Nicola right now. Let me show you what Nicola did to me. I'm going to show you what Nicola did to me. Where am I at? My Nicola stock is worth $13.40 right now. My Nicola stock is worth $13.40. My return is minus 99.8%. I lost $6,695. I basically invested about $6,700 into these motherfuckers. $6,700 gone down the tube, man. $6,700. Now, if this money would have flipped, if I'd have put $6,700 in and got, let's say, $15,000 back, I would have doubled my money. I'd be sitting on 15 grand right now. Instead, I'm sitting on negative $6,700. Bro, it's worth $13.40. It's a waste of my time to sell it. It's a waste of my time to sell it. It'll cost me more to hit this sell button than me just going out and doing a goddamn cash ride. I can make $50 on a cash ride or make $13 hitting this sell button. It ain't worth. I'm like, you can have the fucking money now. You already took 7,000 of it. It's like, take it. Man, that shit got up to $15 a share, bro. It was up to $15 a share. I should have sold it at $15 a share. Should have sold it when it was high. But I waited thinking, oh yeah, we're going to go towards, hydrogen and different stuff like this. Womp, womp, womp. I lost $6,700. And you're like, why are you laughing? Because I lost that shit the day I invested it. It's too, I can't even be mad right now. I got played. I can't even be mad about it. I lost $6,700. Like, what if? But it's cool. It's cool. It's like, I know they right around the corner from my house, man. Shit, I pass there every day. Like, them motherfuckers, they should at least give me the end. I would like the big end from Nicola. Just give me the fucking end and let me sit in my backyard and glow that motherfucker. I want it, man. Oh yeah, man. That thing right there. And see, the thing is, William, after they locked him up, the stock actually went from $9 a share up to $15 after they locked him up because everybody believed they got rid of that shit. They said, we got rid of the corrupt person. It went from $9 a share to $15 because I bought in at $9. After he went to jail, it spiked. It took about probably 2-3 weeks after he went to jail. It finally went up. It spiked and it sat up there $15, $13 for the longest time. And then they did a stock split. And then they did some other kind of fucking shit. And I'm like, at that point, I could have sold and probably made it out even. But I was like, you know what? Let's see what happens. Now we know what happened. I'm out $6,700. So therefore, I'm going to go out and do a cash ride today for $6,700. I'm doing it. No. But it's cool, man. It's cool. Hey, you win some, you lose some. You win some, you lose some. But I did get lucky and I bought my house in 2019, which means that I'm sitting on $200,000 in equity. So I got 200 grand I'm sitting on right now. So I lost 6,700, but I made 200,000. You win some, you lose some. Whatever. It's like, if I wouldn't have bought my house till now, I'd be at zero equity because I'd buy that shit at the ceiling right now. It's at the ceiling, but at least I can say I bought at a point where these houses were only going for 200 grand. Now they're all selling for $420. So I'm like, hey, I'm actually sitting pretty good. If push comes to shove and I cannot drive another mile and shit happens and this and that, you know what? This house goes on a chopping block. I sell it. I rent somewhere on the proceeds. I'm like, motherfucker, I'm gonna just live somewhere until this money's burnt out. I'll have enough money to just live, whatever. 200 grand, I'll go buy me a fucking fifth wheel and take all my cars, buy me a little plot of land and sit my fifth wheel on that land, and that's where I would live. But for the meantime, I'm good. This is my plan D. It's not even my B or C. This is my plan D. This is the last resort, is selling this house. My very last resort. Because ain't no way in hell, if you have a piece of property in 2025 and you get rid of that property, you're playing into the hands of what they want. They want everybody to just own nothing and be happy. They want you to own nothing and be happy. I'm sorry, I own something, I'm happy. Because I actually have something that these motherfuckers want. They're building up the whole community down here. At some point, this house is going to be worth $1 million. I believe that. I believe this. I bet the person who sold me this house for $200,000 probably had no idea this house was going to be worth $400,000. He had no idea. Or else he would have just held on to it for another couple of years and sold it for $400,000. Because he made a good profit on it, even selling to me at $200,000. So I can hold on this shit, and one day it might be worth $1 million. That means they're gonna have all brand new houses all the way up to the neighborhood that butts up against us, all brand new houses. And one day they're gonna say, you know what, we need those houses to move. I'm like, I can't go nowhere, bro. I can't. I'm not, paying a higher mortgage than this. They're gonna be like, you know what? We'll give you $1 million for that property. $1 million just to get you out the way. $1 million. I'll be like, at that time, I probably only owe about $100,000. So I'll be like, you'll give me $1 million. Okay. Well, for 400, it's not enough. No, give me $1 million. Give me some more years to keep paying on this shit and do what I want to do. You give me $1 million. Yeah, you can have this motherfucker. Because at that point, I can use the proceeds and I can just rent somewhere for the rest of my life. I don't even have to buy shit else. I can just rent somewhere. Go get me a plot of land, put me a fifth wheel on it, enjoy my life. I didn't put me an above ground pool. Man, I'd kick back and relax. I wouldn't even be tripping, man. But in the meantime, it's a waiting game. Anybody who owns property, it's a waiting game. Hold your shit right now. It's a waiting game. It depends on what area you're in, though. I would say that it does depend on what area. But if you got property, it's a waiting game. Hold out. 6,701 ride. Yeah, exactly. Transporting drugs for Uber delivery. Exactly. I'm going to do it, bro. I'm going to do $6,700 in one delivery. I'm going to say, what the hell you transport? One giant crack rock. When I pulled up, that crackhead bit it. He said, he ate that shit like a Cadbury's egg. That crackhead started hopping off like a rabbit. He bit that shit and hopped off like a rabbit eating a Cadbury's egg. He was like, yeah, my 6,700 crack rock just showed up. Thanks, Uber. Instead of Uber Eats is Uber Smokes. Yeah, you want some Uber Smokes? Uber Smokes crack. Man, Cabo's a good company. Cabo. Yeah, I'm done investing for a while. I'm just gonna, I could have put $67 into this house because I still want to redo my living room floors. I could have been done with my living room floors by now. Had I not gave them $6,700, I could have redid my living room floor how I wanted it and still had money left over. So yeah, I put money up. I didn't get shit back. It's a lesson learned. That's cool. So it's like, I know the next chunk that I want to invest in anything, I'll probably I just started back to dealing with the house like a couple of days ago because it's starting to heat up. So I'm back to, doing my backyard, keeping the backyard up. I'm working on a swimming pool right now because I'd like to be swimming within the next month. So I got to work on a swimming pool, get it ready. I haven't ran the pump all year. I got to pull all the filters out, clean all the filters. I got a ring around the pool, got to clean the ring. I started working with it today a little bit and it looks good. I'm like, okay, it'll work. Put a ton of chlorine in. I put 5 pounds of powder, 5 pounds worth of worth of chlorine briquettes, put in 1 huge gallon of fucking algae cleaner. And just even in the day, this thing's a whole like 10 shades fucking lighter. It's killing everything instantly, but I wouldn't get in it right now. The water is clear. That's the thing. The water is clear, but you can see algae like on the bottom and stuff like that where it kind of grows a little bit like a little green haze. So the water is crystal clear. But if you get in it right now, it is completely chlorinated. Your ass will be white when you get out. Completely white when you get out that pool. So after I do all of this, I'm going to fill it. Then I got to take a whole thing down to Leslie Pools. And they're going to tell me what I got to buy to offset all the shit I just did. You're going to be like, bro, What are you doing? Are you actually like making crack cocaine in your backyard? Man, you can rock this shit up, bro. He's like, no. Yup. Bought our house in 125. Now it's worth 450. I'm telling you, man, just sit back and relax. Hassan's right, man. Shit, BlackRock controls a lot, man. Man, if I ever want, I would probably start a bakery. If I ever wanted something, I would bake chocolate chip cookies and sell chocolate chip cookies. Because I would be eating those motherfuckers all day too. I love some cookies. But this is the weird thing. Ever since waste management, and this is crazy, ever since waste management, because it knocked me off my sleep schedule, and now my nap schedule, everything's all jacked up. It knocked me off my eating schedule. I've been baking more cookies again. So I've baked maybe 3 batches of cookies so far. Like, I mean, when I bake batches, I make a lot of cookies, fill up whole containers full of cookies. And it'll take me like all week to eat that shit. I'm down like about 6 pounds off of eating chocolate chip cookies. I'm like, bro, hold up. How did I lose weight eating chocolate chip cookies? I am down 6 pounds eating chocolate chip cookies. Craziest shit ever. But it's how I used to be. When I used to run track in college and I used to eat cookies all the time, I was at my best weight. I was the fastest motherfucker. I was fifth fastest in America in 1995 in a 55-meter dash. I was on the board ranked 5th fastest dude. It was 4 people in this nation that could beat me. Greg Sadler was the only person. He was from Ole Miss. Greg Sadler from Ole Miss was the only person I raced that actually beat me that year. I was the 5th fastest in America. Now that I'm eating cookies again, I'm ready to run, motherfucker. I'm back to eating cookies now. I'm getting back in shape. I'm eating my chocolate chip cookies. I'm like, come on, baby, let's go. Like, man, so I hope you eat some. I'm telling you, man, I be tearing them cookies up, man. I be telling, man. Oh yeah, man, long time ago, Hassan, man, long time ago, brother. I actually, and it's funny because I ran track against Carl Lewis at Drake University, but I actually ran in front of him for the first time at Rice University. And I won the meeting of the minds. It was us. It was Harvard. Yeah, it was Rice University. It was a lot of us that ran track down at meeting of the minds. They had all the highly intelligent schools. They call it meeting of the minds because we're supposed to be so fucking smart. So it was a meeting of the minds where it's a huge track meet of all the Ivy League schools. So I went to Drake, which is they consider Ivy League of the Midwest. So we all showed, and I actually won that race with Carl Lewis there. So he actually saw me run before he beat me. The motherfucker cheated. He saw me run, and the next time I saw him, he beat me. I was like, dude, he scouted my style, man. He scouted my style. He beat me, man. But it was fun running against him. I ran against Michael Johnson. When I was a freshman, I raced against Michael Johnson. That was the first time I ever saw true speed, like true, because I was coming out of high school. I was the fastest person in high school. So I didn't see nobody like real fast because I was always in first place. I was the fast one. Got on the track as a freshman against Michael Johnson, Kevin Little. I'm coming around the corner, and Kevin Little was the fastest person that I ever trained with. Dude was running at Kevin Little was running at, let's say, 50%. He was running at maybe 50%. I'm running at 80, 90%, and he's still like leaving me. That's how fast Kevin Little ran like it was effortless. He was Drake University 200-meter Olympian. Dude was sharp. The dude was so smooth. It was like he was just gliding. It looked like he wasn't even running. He was effortless. So it was me, him, Kevin Little, Michael Johnson. It was a lot of us in that 200-meter dash when I was a freshman. So we said, okay, my track coach was like, Jeff, today you're going to run against Michael Johnson and Kevin Little. I was like, shit. I trained against Kevin Little. So I knew there was no way in hell I was going to beat these two guys. But I said, I'm going to see how close I could come to him at least. How close? Because I knew Kevin Little, there's no way you're not beating him, period. So the gun went off in a 200-meter dash. Pow! We come running around the corner. Woo, 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 woo. Everybody's lined up perfectly. Everybody's lined up in a 200-meter dash like perfectly. It's almost like the way we were lined up in the blocks was how we came off the curve. It was the exact same difference. Like nobody made up the stagger. Everybody was exactly where they were. Nobody made up the stagger. It was the craziest race. Usually in the 200-meter dash, everybody makes up the stagger and everybody comes off the line even. By the time we hit that straightaway, everything's even. When we came off the stagger, it was exactly like we were in the starting blocks. The only difference is Kevin Little and Michael Johnson had another gear that none of us had. We hit that, as soon as we hit that straightaway, I was already in 5th gear. I was in 5th. These dudes dropped the gear, and it's like they had just started running. They weren't even running. They were like fucking with us the whole time. They turned it. I mean, it was like you can hear their spikes gripping track. That's how loud their speed is. They got loud speed. You could hear their spikes like and just took off. You can hear it just taking off in the distance. And I'm like, I was a freshman coming out of high school. I was always the fastest. I had never heard nobody's track spikes that loud going that fast. So to me, it was the most unfamiliar sound, and it was like surreal. It was amazing. It was surreal. And it was like just seeing that level of speed, hearing them spikes just grip and go, and just watching them. And it was, like I said, man, racing is different. Race, because it's a physical and it's mental all at the same time. So there's a lot you're going through as you're racing. And I don't even remember feeling tired. I don't remember feeling energetic. I don't remember feeling fast. I don't remember feeling slow. All I remember is the sound of those spikes and the level of me going as fast as I could possibly go. And it's still watching these guys just walk away from me like they had just started the race, and we were all at the end of our gas tanks, and they were all just starting. It was the craziest feeling ever, man. It was the craziest feeling, but that's all I can remember. That's track for me, man. That's track. It's never about the wins and the losses. It's always about the experience, and I'm glad I experienced that. That was some pretty cool shit to experience on this planet. And not a lot of people get that, man. Not a lot of people get it. I mean, even running against Carl Lewis. When I came out the blocks at the Drake Relays against Carl Lewis, I fell out of the blocks. I fell out. I was in first place. I was in first place at Drake Relays against Carl Lewis for about the first maybe 8 meters. For about the first 8 meters, I was in first place. I fell out and I was leaning so far forward, I took off. Nobody was near me. And within the first 8 meters, by meter 10, Obadele and Pat Johnson went to Oregon at the time. Pat Johnson was next to me. Obadele was right here. Carl Lewis was next to him. By the time we hit the 10-meter mark, that's when I saw everybody. So I knew I was already winning. As soon as I came out the blocks, I was like, I'm winning, man. This is crazy. I'm going to win this race. That thought didn't last that long. But I'm going to win this race to, holy shit, these dudes are fast. It was like the fastest transition in thought ever. I was like, oh shit, I might win this. God damn, these dudes are fast as a motherfucker. It was the funniest transition in thought, because I really was excited. I was excited, like, bro, and I was a winner. I was a straight up winner. And I'm like, dude, this is crazy. I came out of the blocks. Bah! I was like, man, this is the most amazing. I'm finna fucking beat these. God damn, they're fast as shit. And they just, it was nuts, man. When you see speed like that and you experience it next to you, dude, it's the best feeling ever. It's like trying to race a horse. It's crazy, man. The shit's crazy. Because you can do everything you can do. It's just flow, Jeff. I know it. You know, Kevin said, I run a few marathons back in the day. I've run some marathons. But yeah, that man, racing like that is an amazing feeling, because you get to just experience people at a level of just like human speed that you can't even fathom. You can't even fathom it until you like feel it next. Because I know how fast I can run. I wasn't slow. I know how fast I can run. But when you feel somebody next to you effortlessly or powering their way through something, it is like, it's a whole nother experience level. It's like, man, this shit is crazy. This dude is nuts. And he was just like, and after the race, you can only give them props. You can only give people props like that. You can't even be mad. You got to give them props, because to have a body that can handle that much speed without breaking something, you could like rip a hamstring, you can break a deltoid, you can break a shoulder, it's so much shit can go wrong running at that level. This is not jogging. This ain't just jogging. You are really like, you're pushing your body to a limit that a human body probably shouldn't really be pushed to sometimes. And you're breaking shit. You're breaking stuff. You ripping and stripping and grinding things out. You're straining things. You're pulling shit. And for somebody to do it and to come out of that still healthy at that level of speed, at that level, and they're still healthy and they're still win. It's like, you got to give them props, man. That shit's crazy. You got to give them props. So I always enjoyed running. I just knew it wasn't for me forever. It wasn't me forever. I was too much of not that I hated practice, but it It wasn't me. I just knew something about my life just wasn't supposed to be involved in sports forever. And I was always one of those guys, like, I was quick, I was fast, it was fun, it was an experience. All right, let's move on. Let's do some other shit. And that's how life went. And now I was on the podcast, drinking fucking juices, talking about baking chocolate chip cookies. This is the kind of shit I was really made for. I was born for this. Like, who doesn't like sitting on a podcast talking about chocolate chip cookies? This shit is amazing. The experience of the cookies coming out of the oven. One day I'm gonna have to bake cookies on a live stream. I'm gonna show y'all how to do it. I'm gonna really show y'all how to do it. Yeah, adrenaline throws your body into a turbo-like power when you get going that fast. Takes off. Oh yeah. I used to love running. Just the sound of the wind going past your ears, the crowd, the sound of spikes, just everything, man. It was just, it's a weird environment to be in. It's a different type of music. I will say that it's a very different type of music, because sometimes the way somebody's spikes are hitting the ground, or even them running, it can make you run faster, or you might get in tune with them and slow yourself down. Like, you don't ever want your spikes and their spikes to sound the same almost. It's like you either want yours faster or you want to hear theirs less and less. So it's a trick and tricking your brain into tune all of this shit out. But sometimes it's hard to tune it out. You got to focus on your lane, focus on your race, focus on it. It's hard to do it, man. It's hard to do it. So it's a totally different music to listen to, man. Like, man, others said, did you wear those tights runners wore? I wore, but I only had like one leg. I was like the Angel Reese before Angel Reese was Angel Reese. I wore blue, but I only had like one leg. Let me see. I think I do got a picture of that probably. Hold up. There's got to be something in here showing me running at some point in time. At some point in history. Well, this is the picture of me with Carl Lewis and all those guys right there. That's Carl Lewis, Obadele, Pat, and me in that one. It's kind of hard to see, but I'm trying to see if there's another one of me in here. This was a newspaper clipping of me, and I was actually wearing all blue tights that day. There's another one in here. There's got to be another one in here of me running. I just don't think it's in here though. It might be in my laptop. Who knows? Half the time the shit that I got. Wait a minute, let me see something. It could be in these pictures here. Go right to the bottom. As I'm looking. Nope. But hey, here's a funny picture of me at Kirkwood High. That was a picture of me at Kirkwood High a long time ago, coming out of the blocks. That was back in 1991. That was 1991. That was me coming out of the blocks back in 1991 with some track spikes that Coach Wade got for me, man. That was what's up, Coach Wade. I appreciate you, brother. Thank you, my man. Always looking out for me. Yeah, but yeah. Yep. One leg, man. I had one. It was blue ones, and I had them cut. One leg was cut, one leg was straight. I got a picture of it somewhere around here. I just don't know where it is. But yeah, man, I had a whole book. Oh yeah, I had hair back then. I had like a little box fade and everything, man. I didn't shave my head till what? 1996. 1996 is when I shaved my head. But there's a book somewhere in here. I don't know. No, I don't think it's in here. I think that book is somewhere in this place. I don't think it's here though. But I know it's a red book. And that red book has all track stuff in it. It's like an entire track book. That book has actually showing exactly what I was wearing back then. It shows what I was wearing. But I don't know where it is. Now y'all got me thinking about it. I'm like, where is that book? I haven't seen that thing in years. I probably lost it. Who knows? But anyways, man. Yeah, well, today's live stream was pretty good. I enjoyed today's live stream, man. What is it? It's 6:11. I've been on for almost 3 hours. So that's 3 hours today, hour and a half yesterday. So that's almost 5 hours. 5 hours of live streaming, man, in 2 days. I'm telling you, Tracy, if I was in the same shape at 19 hours, if I tried to run right now, I'd probably pull my back muscles or some shit. If I just took off running, if the dog took off running, I wouldn't even chase him. Like, nope, I ain't chasing you because I'd hurt myself. Oh, yeah, the track meets were cool back then. They were cool back then. Yeah, I wouldn't try to run today. No, I'll mess around and hurt myself trying to chase these dogs or whatever. If they run off, they'll come back when they're ready. Like, Jeff, you ain't gonna chase your dogs? They know where they live. I ain't worried about them. Oh, yeah. Man. Oh, yeah, 34 years. Man, I'm telling you. Shoes. I know how it sounds, man. Them 6-hour streams, man, we used to have fun doing that shit. But that was I used to do 6-hour streams back in the day when YouTube used to pay me a lot better. When YouTube went to that whole shit where they stopped paying content creators, just didn't become worth it no more. I mean, I was making way more money out in the streets and stuff like that still. Because even though like YouTube, they need to find a way to keep content creators on their platform without us doing other things to make money. Now, I will be having other sponsors, hopefully this spring and summer. So if I can have other sponsors this spring and this summer, I can run a little longer live streams. But in the meantime, I got to pay mortgage. Shit I got to do. I'm just like everybody else. I got to be in these streets ripping and running, man. And I give you guys 3-4 hours of my time. I mean, I could be making $100 an hour. I could already be at $300-$400 an hour for the day right now. I'm at zero. So I got to get my ass out the house and do something. So I got to get out here, clean this truck. I already cleaned the back wheels. I got to clean the front wheels, wipe it down, eat, shower up, go hit the street, see if there's some money out there, pay a couple of bills, man. That's what we do. But in the meantime, I enjoyed hanging out with y'all. This is what I do. Hopefully YouTube will take care of me on the back end. Don't know if they will or not. It's like, asking somebody to pay a tip and you don't know if they're going to tip you or not. Shit never happens. YouTube, you'll find a video like, man, this for the whole month, that video paid me $13 for the whole month. Damn it. Shit sucks. I'm like, $13? I don't even take a ride for $13. I did dance and cheer. I was solid. Now I stick to yoga and meditation, mostly meditation. I know it. That's funny. Oh yeah, my old podcast was sitting on the couch. No, I think my old podcast, what was I doing on those? I think I had a chair, but just not this nice chair. I ain't never sat on a couch yet. I sat in the garage a few times, but yeah, the garage, I sat in the garage. Yep. But I ain't never sat on that couch, man. The couch now is like the doghouse. They love that couch. But oh yeah, thank you, my man Jamil, brother. In the very beginning of this live stream, I kind of went over the whole PAX thing, so I'm gonna have to clip that and make a short video of that, the whole PAX thing, so people know exactly. If you want to get it, hey Jamil, Thursday or Friday? Is it Thursday or Friday of when you're actually going to do this PAX thing? Hold on, please. Are you in a place where you can talk right now, or is it not? Or can you not talk right now? Because I could just have you explain that shit online real quick. If you're not in the place where you can talk, then let me know. You gotta let me know. Go, yo. Thank you, Hassan, brother. I appreciate that, brother. We are pioneers. Kirkwood pioneers. Like, no, man. All right, there you go. I just dropped the link for you, Jamil. Thank you, Kevin, brother. Kevin, hey, you like a movie star now? Man, I wish. I feel like a movie star. Feel like a rock star. I feel like I was smoking rocks. I'm a rock star. I'll be smoking rocks. Let's see, my man Jamil gonna jump in on the stream. I'm trying to get Jamil on the stream. Hold up for a second, Kev. I'm trying to get Jamil on here so we can wrap up. So he can tell me exactly what's going on Saturdays. Well, not Saturdays, but what? Thursday? I think Thursday, Friday, or something like that. Yeah, let's see what we got. All right, let me turn the sound down some. I got my man Jamil in the mix. Can you hear me, Jamil?
I can hear you, brother.
All right, there you go. So what's good with you, man?
Man, been working all day long, trying to make some money.
Man, look at you, still coughing, man. This city is killing you, man. This city is killing you.
But I'm getting better. Trust me, 100% better.
Like, people think this shit's easy, man. I tell people, it's like, if you ain't napping, if you ain't drinking juices, if you won't have that, like, I'm always drinking juice because there's a ton of vitamin C in it. People think driving is like no skills and super easy. This shit beats your body up, man.
It sure does, brother.
We're inhaling in parking lots. We're inhaling tail smoke from all of these cars. We're in traffic inhaling tail smoke around a bunch of people with a bunch of viruses and diseases and bacteria and shit. This will beat you up. Riding will beat you up.
Yep, it sure will.
You're like, oh man, driving is nothing, man. You just get around and you just drive. I'm like, yeah, right. You try this shit. You try for 2 weeks.
It's very mental too, because you got to watch out who's in front of you, who's next to you. See if that cement truck is coming behind you at 90 miles an hour and it's going to try to hit you or not.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Oh, and see, yeah, I got to show a video about that. What you just said, because a lot of people, they don't take what we say as serious. This just happened in Arizona. I think it happened in Arizona. Let me see. Where is this shit at? Like
it
what
happened
you
in
just
Mesa,
said.
Arizona.
You saw that.
I did.
You saw, man, let me see if I can find it. It's in here somewhere. I'm like, and dude, we're on that highway all the time.
Every single day.
Yep.
Especially me.
Yep. Hold up for a second. All right. I'm about to show y'all a screen right here. Hold up for a second. Because this is what he's talking about. This is what he's talking about right here. Okay, this right here is it. Hold up for a second. And what it is this is somebody's dash cam. This just happened in Mesa, Arizona. This just happened the other day. So when I tell people that we're doing something that a lot of people can't do, this is high danger. This is very dangerous work. We're always on a swivel, head always on a swivel, always making sure, somebody's on the left of us, right of us. Making sure people ain't tailgating us. We're always checking on shit all the time because you never know who's paying attention, who's not. And the more you stay on the road, the higher at risk you are. So check out this dash cam right here, and you're going to see exactly. This is in Mesa. He just got on. I think he's going west. I don't know. I think he's going west.
Yeah, they're going west.
So as you can see, all the traffic is moving. Yep. So this car is passing everybody, just cruising, doing his own thing, getting away from all the slow traffic. And you can see everybody's hitting brakes right now because traffic is at a standstill up there. So traffic is hitting brakes. But everybody's hitting brakes except the truck right in front of them. It's like, what the hell is this big ass cement truck doing? Everybody's hitting brakes except him. And this is what we look out for. I look out for the big trucks, especially in the fast lane. Why is a big truck in the fast lane?
Don't understand that.
That throws me every time. Look, everybody hitting brakes. You see brakes. Everybody's on brakes right now so they can see traffic backing up. And this truck at the last minute goes, here, everybody's on brakes. Look at that. Everybody's on brakes. The truck says, oh shit, last minute. Bam, smashes that fucking truck. Look at him. Truck caught on fire. Look at that. Nuts. And this is the highway we're on every day. This is what we do every day. Heading to and from Mesa, to and from the airports. You got a lot of construction out here. A lot of construction. And it just so happened to be a police on the scene. Just so happened. Let me see if that. Yep, just so I'm gonna play it again back from where all the cars were hitting brakes. So this is where you can see everybody cruising up. Everybody's coming up. Everybody's hitting brakes. Everybody's on brakes. Truck at the last minute didn't see. Bam. Smashed them. Hit that car, hit another car. Every day. We got passengers in our cars. So when people out there are saying, I don't want to have commercial insurance, this and that. Cool, you don't need commercial insurance. But this is the kind of shit that happens on the road that if you're not protected, this is what you're putting yourself at risk at. And is that the company is going to pay. Let me close this. The company is going to pay the truck that he hit. It's going to pay for all that. But your passengers may try to come after you because they're in your car. So you don't know who their attorney is going to want to sue. Their attorneys are going to sue everybody's company that's involved. Your insurance, their insurance, the attorney's going after money left and right. So your name may be on a defendant list. You just don't know that.
That's right. And keep in mind, there was nobody in the back seat there. But because if somebody was in the back seat there, they would have gotten fried. they
Yeah,
would
yeah.
have gotten fried.
Yep. Because I mean, as soon as you hit that truck, that's right there by the gas tank. And the thing is, a lot of our SUVs, our tanks are more on. They stop putting them in the very, very back. They now send them on the side just for things like that happening. Because when we get rear-ended, the fire won't start. You won't get the leak. You won't get the fire starting. And when I'm driving, I make sure I look in the rearview mirror. I don't like people tailgate me. That's how I saw DB in my rearview. I was like, what the hell, this motherfucker? He says, your house and business on the table too. And that's why I'm always looking at my rearview mirror. I'm always checking my side mirrors. And I stay away from all traffic at all times. A lot of people who ride with me know I ride in pockets of no traffic. If I see a pocket over there, I'll move over and just sit in no traffic. Because you don't know who's going to hit brakes at what minute, and somebody don't see it, and you're getting sandwiched, just like that truck got sandwiched. It was probably nowhere for him to go. He probably sat there like, oh shit, I can't go nowhere. I got to take this hit. And sure enough, man, what did they say? The whistles go woo woo. Nuh-uh. Look, Tracy said, I can speak on it. Car in the shop since January the 20th. Can't wait to get my wheels back. Yeah, and I was telling somebody about that. I think I did a live stream telling about your accident, Trace. She had a passenger and she was driving straight on a green light, like everybody else is on a green light. She's driving straight on a green light, and there's a car coming towards them that did not have the green arrow. Didn't have the green arrow, but decided to make a left turn in front of Tracy as she had the green light. And the lady that made the turn was trying to say, oh, well, we had the green light. You had a green light, but you didn't have the green arrow. You need the green arrow to make a left turn. Turn right in front of Tracy. Tracy said, bam, smashed the whole front end of her car, man. Just like, damn. And it happens that quick. Because you're thinking,
this is what people don't understand when they say, oh, you're just a driver. No, we're professional drivers. That's one thing. Yeah. Second of all, we risk our lives on a daily basis.
Yep.
And especially if you're working more than 12 hours and working and you're not sharp, boy, are you going to be in trouble.
Yeah, you got to be alert. And that's why I tell people I drive in pockets. I'll drive for like maybe an hour, 2 hours, take me a break, kick back, wipe the truck down, just kind of get out of that road phase, get away from driving, get out of that mindset of driving and just reset. You know, go have you a drink of something, go eat you a cookie or whatever, kick back, wipe your truck down, and then you get back in, you're reset, you're ready for traffic again. A lot of people get in traffic and they get comfortable because they've been driving in this traffic pattern, but they don't realize the traffic pattern has changed now because they just been driving. It's like, no, get out and reset yourself. Morning traffic versus afternoon versus night traffic are 3 different traffic patterns. So if you're caught in afternoon mindset and you're driving at night, that's when you're gonna have an accident. You're in a totally different mindset.
Well, if you saw that, it was early in the morning, right before that the actual time changed from being dusk to early morning sunrise.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
And the lights, when you see lights while you're driving at night, you see lights. They look all the same, even if they're starting to break. They look bright. They look red, and last minute is when you realize it. But this jerk driving a truck, which is I think he's a criminal.
He's super heavy. Yeah, he's super heavy.
He's
truck,
super heavy.
The thing is, when I drive, I do my best every time I get in the car to see how far is traffic. Is there only one car on the street with me? Is there 10 cars on the street with me? How far are they? What is traffic patterns? I want to see as far as I can possibly see because I'm not just driving my car. I got 10 cars in front of me. If I can only see 6 of them, I need to see those 6. Because if that one hits brakes, the rest have got to hit brakes. So always look at how far can you see, then adjust back to the car in front of you. Every once in a while, look, how far can I see? Adjust back to the car in front of me now. Because if you're only worried about the car in front of you and you're not adjusting to see what's going on up there, this car in front of you might hit brakes late, which means you're going to hit brakes late. But if you see those cars up there hitting brakes and this car's not hitting brakes yet, you back off. And that car in front of you might be like, why the fuck is this car backing off? Bam, they smack into a car. I'm like, that's why I backed off, because you didn't look 4 cars up to see what's going on. Always
that's
adjust.
That's a professional for you. That's a professional.
Always adjust.
That's a professional.
Yeah, don't rely on that car in front of you to know what's going on. Because just like that semi, truck? What if the person behind him was tailgating and wasn't seeing everybody else hit brakes? When you see everybody hitting brakes, you might want to back off the car in front of you, because the car in front of you may not know that everybody's hitting brakes. Just like that cement truck, bam, right into the back of somebody. Instead of him hitting, then you hitting him, going, well, damn, I didn't know everybody was hitting brakes. Look around.
That was 7 cars he hit. 7.
Yep.
Not 1, but 7.
Oh yeah.
And yesterday, on the I-10 by your house, by the Angel Stadium, there was an accident of a car getting off to go to the Angel Stadium. I don't know what the street that is.
That's 48th Street. That's 48th Street. Yeah.
143, 48th Street. They rear-ended somebody and killed somebody. And what happens when they kill somebody?
They lock everything down.
They locked everything down.
Yep. Now, see, and the thing about the 143, the new exit coming off of 10, taking 143 south, a lot of people don't realize, because back in the day, it was cool. It was like a little sweeper. You can come up and you can sweep and go south. This is an abrupt, almost a letter L at the end.
L. That's right.
There's a curve at the end now. I have seen so many people almost like, I'm coming over the bridge of 143 from the airport coming south right before you hit Broadway. I've seen so many cars come off the freeway, off that exit, swing all the way out to the middle almost, because they don't realize how sharp of a turn. They're coming up the highway doing 60, 70. They're thinking it's still that sweeper. They didn't change it. And it's like, they swing from that lane all the way to the inside. I mean, I will slow down and watch them just go way past me and be like, oh shit, that was a sharp turn. Yeah, it was. When I see headlights coming up that ramp, I slow down. I'm like, they're not going to make the stop. They're not going to make the turn.
They're not going to make it. You know that.
Every time they go, whoa, shit, that turn. It says, yeah, they need to have at the end of the thing, sharp turns. Please slow down. They don't have that. They just finished that exit. So a lot of people are just blazing right through it. And if there's a car coming down the hill, bam, they're going to hit it. And it's like, dude, I've seen it way too many times. Coming over that hill, look to the right real quick. Be like, oh, headlights, start slowing down. Let them do that oh shit moment. And they're going to be like, and they always go over the line in the traffic. It's damn near a fishtail every fucking time.
That's the truth. That's the truth.
And I scoot all over to the left. I never sit in the right lane, because if you're in the right lane, they're definitely going to hit you, because they're always swinging over. But if you're in the left, you might have a chance. They might just barely fucking graze your mirror or some shit, but never ride right.
And here it is, you're taking every measure in safety, but you can't make you don't know what the other drivers are doing.
Yeah.
And that's the problem here.
Yep. And that's why I say you got to pay attention to your surroundings. A lot of drivers out there, you end up rearing to somebody, or somebody rears you because you're so focused on only the car in front of you. You're not focused on 4 or 5 cars up. And as a motorcyclist, we're forced to do that riding bikes. We have to look at all the traffic around us, because if you see somebody erratic, always switching lanes, know that car is in a rush. They're trying to get somewhere. They're not paying attention to nobody else but them. They're going to be the one to sideswipe somebody. They're coming through traffic, doing this shit the whole way down the highway, and they're going to end up in the same place anyways, but they think they're really doing something. Over here. That car, back up. Let that car do whatever it's going to do. Let them have their wreck. Don't even be in a rush. Be like, let them have their wreck. You back off a little bit. It's like, there you go. But for everybody out there, and I want to make sure, like on PAX, I was telling people about the whole PAX thing. Oh, yeah. What's going on with PAX this week?
Well, this week on Thursday and Friday, we're going to try to get, again, all these people that did not get their professional pictures and bios redone to make sure that we can upload them into the system. Now, mind you, PAX has a process. I understand all you guys are independent contractors. Yeah, I'm an independent contractor. Jeff is an independent contractor. But if you want to participate in PAX, you have to follow certain rules. And those rules are, make sure you get a professional picture taken, that we are doing right now for free. Eventually, if you don't do it this Thursday or Friday, it's going to cost you to get in. And then don't come to me at the airport or to you calling you and say, you know what? My friend Jeff told me that that I should have done this. Well, did you get your picture taken when we told you? Oh, I never got an email. You know what? I am sorry. Then that means you gave me the wrong email, because everybody received the right information.
Yep, exactly. And that's the thing. And I tell a lot of drivers that this podcast, and it's not to force people to watch the podcast, but it's to let you know, if you do happen to watch this podcast, you will pick up way more information versus not watching it. We can't stop on the street every time somebody flags us down in traffic. Hey Jeff, I see you in traffic. Pull over, let me talk to you. No, talk to me on the podcast. Hey Jeff, pull over. Hey Jamil, pull over, let me talk to you. No, talk to me on the podcast. We can't stop in traffic because sometimes we're on our way to clients, or we got clients. We can't stop every time people are honking horns, and people see me around town all the time. I was just cruising. I just saw Derek yesterday. I was on the phone. I'm chatting on the phone with a client, getting all my information. Derek pulls up next to me. We hit horns. We like peace sign at each other. He makes a right turn to go down to go get his client. That's how it is sometimes. It's real quick. If you see us, we're busy. Derek know he can hit me up on a podcast or whatever later on. But if you're trying to get us to pull over in traffic, hey, pull over at this Circle K real quick. No, hell no. I'm on my way to make money. Talk to me on YouTube. Don't stop me in traffic in real life telling me to pull over at Circle K. You got to talk to me about something. Talk to me on YouTube. And the funny thing is, the same people that do that shit, which happens a lot, are never on the podcast. It's like, where do you hear me from? On the podcast. You see me on the podcast. You hear from me at the podcast, but you want to talk to me. You want me to pull over in traffic. It's like, but you never even watch the podcast.
and you give them all the information on the podcast. I tell it. We email them. I call them. I actually call them and let them know, listen, if you want to join PAX, we need to get these professional pictures. We're going to do them this Thursday from 12 to 2 or 11 to 1. Just let us know. We're going to do them. We are paying a professional photographer to do this. This is not, let me take a picture like I do with Uber, Lyft, or Hum. Let me take a picture of myself and then submit it. No, let me take a picture of your car. No, we are going to pose it. We are going to sell your business, your information, so people can see what kind of professional person you are, what kind of professional driver you are.
Yeah,
but
because when
for some reason, you get people saying, "Hey, I want to know what the status is on my account." Okay, did you sign up? Yeah, I signed up. Did you get the pictures taken? Oh, I didn't know I had to get. Well, these are the processes. Follow our process, and you'll get in. But this is not, an average app. This is not going to be Uber, Lyft, or for that matter, Hum. Okay,
and we tell people that, and we say, when people go to the actual PAX app and they start looking for a driver, they have to see the selection of drivers they can choose from, which is why we all have professional level pictures on there that are being done for free by PAX. Then we got the professional pictures on there that are being done by PAX. They got the Arizona backdrops, the nice backdrops. It's an Arizona app, so we want to give that Arizona feel. I mean, if it was New York, we'd have New York in the background. If Chicago, we'd have Chicago in the background. When we expand to those cities, we're going to have those cities do pictures like that. We're going to have professional photographer in Chicago, professional photographer in Nashville. We'll have people saying, okay, this is how the cars have to look. So when people get to Nashville, they might see the Grand Ole Opry in the background or something. Who knows? But when you come to Arizona, you're going to see the palm trees, the lake, the sunset, the trees. You're going to see something that mimics Arizona in the pictures. It's not going to be my car in the driveway next to a truck. It's like, I'm like, they don't do that.
No. And we've said this over and over many times, not once, not twice, but you've mentioned it in the podcast over 100 times. And I have said the same thing. Guys, we are only taking 100 people, and we are going to upload each one of them 10 at a time. Why are we doing this? Because we want to make sure we have the right ratio of customers to drivers.
Yep.
That's what we want to do.
Yeah, because if you
And
overload
when
the app,
people
yeah.
start getting antsy, go, oh, why don't you put me on? Why don't you put me on? Listen, I'm doing this on a methodical basis. The methodical basis is to have the same a ratio of clients to the ratio of drivers. And there's going to be a time that, I'm going to have to hold off and letting everybody in. But then we do our first 100. 6 months later, we do 250 more. And before you know it, we'll have 1,000 drivers.
Yep. And that's what we need right there. Because we're going to have, what people don't understand is that we're trying to get it to where if I take a ride to Tucson or to Sedona, that means the people who are coming to the app for me or my private clients can be fulfilled by people that are still out there. I can't be sitting in Tucson rushing back to deal with people. If I'm in Tucson doing a drop, there's going to be 4 of my riders might need in the 2.5, 3 hours I'm gone. It might be 4 or 5 requests coming from me. I need to pass those requests off to people so they're not on Uber, they're not on Lyft. I say, hey, actually, we got, Jamil. He's telling out, Jamil, you're free? Yep. Manny, you're free? Yep. Danny, you free? Yep. Cool. Take my clients, man. I got these 3 people need to be picked up at this time. I'm still on my way to Tucson right now. And and you got to be very involved in this business. It is not an Uber and Lyft ping system. You are running a business. You are being your own dispatch. You're being your own acceptance. When somebody needs a ride, you have to say whether or not you can do it. The other night, when we did the presidential the convoy, I was clear downtown. Jamil and Luke were already down in Chandler. I had to hightail it all the way down there because there is no excuse. There is no excuse. When you know the time to be somewhere, you better organize your schedule perfectly. When that guy I was dropping off at the DoubleTree was at the wrong DoubleTree, went to the other wrong DoubleTree, and then had me go all the way downtown and wait for him. Luckily, he gave me $60, but $60 wasn't the problem. I had a bigger ride in that convoy sitting somewhere that I had to get to. So if I screwed up and took that black ride and this dude was taking too long, I would have had to just drive off and leave his ass. Be like, listen, sir, I'm sorry, but I got to get going. I have another prior engagement. And he may have never been my private client ever, but I would have had to leave him right where he was. If that wasn't his hotel, he would have just had to be there. I would just leave. And it's a decision you got to make.
Yeah, that's right. Hey, how many places can you make $210 with tip? Okay. In less than 6 miles.
Yep. Less than
3 miles
6 miles
one way and 3 miles the other, 2.5 miles each way.
And it was super easy. Oh, and I was going to show you guys. I'm glad you brought that up. I'm going to show you guys exactly who. This is my guy now. He's my guy now. This is cool. I'm going to show you guys who this is. Man, I'm going to show you guys who this is right here. And this is one of his songs here. This is one of my favorite songs of his. It's one of my favorite songs of his. And I'm only playing this. This is his own channel, but it's one of my favorite songs. And I want to let you guys listen to it just because he's going to be on our podcast one day. This is Eric Canada. And this is his song right here called Fruit. Now, he's with Young the Giant. He's a part of Young the Giant, but this is his own. He's do his own side projects too. But I'm gonna let you listen to a little bit of this before. Oh, let me turn this music off real quick. I'm gonna let you listen to a little bit of what his stuff does, and then you'll know. Like, this is the guy right here. This is Eric. That's who was in my car right there. That guy right there. We did the presidential convoy for him. I know Eric's gonna look at this and be like, you did not play my video.
That's gonna be funny.
Someone, somewhere, somehow, someplace. New car, new shoes, real smile one day. Wake up, caffeine, crash out.
Eric is wild, man. He's wild.
By the skin of my teeth, quick on my feet.
This is it, man. I love it. He is funny, man. He is funny. But yeah, I'm gonna end that right there. I don't want to get like copyright, but yeah.
The funny part was he didn't want to get back in your car because you had his music running. And
Exactly.
that was the
When they
funniest
walked out
part
of
of
the
it all.
wedding, I was playing the music when he walked out of the wedding. He was like, oh, bro, I can't ride with you, man. I can't ride with you, man. I said, no, bro. I said, you're a rock star, bro. And he is so humble. The dude
Yes.
never said how massive Young the Giant was. He never said how massive an artist he was. He is so humble. He's like just a guy you meet at the gas station. He says, yeah, gas is just this dude. They travel the world. These guys travel the world. They got concerts in Nashville, Europe, LA, everywhere. I mean, these guys, millions of followers, 6.5 million followers on Spotify, 300 million songs, 250 million. These guys are massive. Been having albums out since 2011, 2014, 2000, all these albums they got. And he's just in the backseat like, man, don't play that. Don't play that. I'm like, bro, this is good music. What do you mean, man? This is good, man.
And that's the kind of people we're gonna be getting in packs.
Yeah, exactly.
People that are affluential that we don't even know how affluential they are. The other day I had Jeremy Roenick in my car. If people go, oh, who's Jeremy Roenick? Well, he's a hockey player. If you don't know, but when you see him, and he's so quiet and so timid, you wouldn't even think, that he was anybody important. Jamie Hofcroft is another one. Now, this guy, from what I understand, in them talking to me in the car, he was a bruiser, Jamie Hofcroft. And a bruiser, he would start fights seconds into it. When you see him in the back car with his wife, yes, honey. Oh, what can we do? Can we get some? Can we get some tea afterwards? That's the kind of guy you see.
Like, can we get some tea? Like, no. Now I'm gonna let you listen to. Now this is Young the Giant. This is his group, actually Young the Giant. So this is one of their songs here. So you can subscribe to Young the Giant or Eric Kanata. But I'm gonna play this song for you here. This is one of my favorite little songs I like to listen to. This is called Dollars. I don't want to get copyrighted, so I'm gonna end it right there.
That's awesome.
Yeah, but see, and that's why I was bumping his music when I pulled up. I was like, dude, I said, man, you a fucking rock star. And the guy was like, well, we just call him Eric. I was rolling laughing. That
was funny.
Everybody fell out laughing. He said, well, we just call him Eric. I said, dude, you a rock star, man. And he's just, like you said, Trey said, he is so humble. He was just in the car like, yeah, he says, yeah, we do a little music, this and that. I'm still on, we're in Nashville, we do some songs, this and that. And I was like, okay, cool. Because I didn't, and we were right. I said, well, are you on Spotify or anything like that? He says, yeah, we're on Spotify. I was like, oh, cool. What's the group name? He says, Young the Giant. I was like, all right, let me look it up. I said, oh, cool, Young the Giant. And I saw 6.5 million followers. I was like, okay, so a lot of people listen to you guys. Went to his first song, over 300 million plays on the first one, 200 million on the second. So I said, let's play it. Started playing a little bit. I was like, oh, this is pretty cool. So we were listening as we were going to the place. Now, after I dropped them off, I was playing the rest of the album as I was doing rides and stuff like that. I was telling people, hey, man, I just met the guy. This is his group, Young the Giant. You ever heard of them? No, I said, well, Young the Giant. People were listening in the car like, oh, this is pretty good. I was like, yeah, it is, man. I said, this shit is all right. So we're cruising around all night listening to Young the Giant. So when I got back to pick him up, I was bumping it. When he walked out, he was like, nah, I'm not riding with you. Nope. He started walking towards your car. He was like, nope, I'm not riding with you. I'm out of here.
Him and Lisa.
We were cracking up laughing, man. We were cracking up. But those are good people, man. You picked up some good folks, man. But those are the kind of clients that we're looking for. We're not going to get, every client out there. We're not going to get, the scruffy people that want a discount. Oh, well, I only pay Uber $15. Like, yeah, we're not looking for those type of clients.
No, and what happens? You pay Uber $15, but I'll pay you 10.
Yeah, exactly. No. It's like, no, because I'm going to drive around the corner and get a nail on my tire. Now I'm down for an hour fixing a nail on my tire. It's like, it's not worth it sometimes. It's like, no, I'm cool. It's like, you could just call an Uber or Waymo. But like when I picked up Emily, I'm driving with her. I tell her $30. All of a sudden, bam. It's like, she like $60. I was like, cool, there he is. Like, that's right. I think I've heard. Now, make sure you subscribe to his channel too. Is Eric Kanata, Cannata. So Eric Kanata, but also Young the Giant. Young the Giant that's some, man. I can't wait.
That's a big band.
Dude, wait till the Jeep, because I just took the battery out the Jeep. When I put the shit back in the Jeep, this is going to bump in that Jeep. People don't understand how loud the system is in the Jeep. A lot of people never rode in that Jeep. When I tell you that system is loud, people sitting there and they go, bro, I could put my hands on my ears and it's still too loud. Because I got wakeboard boat speakers in it. They're made for being on the lake. The speakers in the Jeep are made for being on the lake, and you got people sitting in the seat right in front of them. They are loud as shit. They be like, damn, that's loud as hell. It's like, I know it. But then I got the big bass boxes and shit in there, man. That Jeep is crazy. So we gonna bump Young Giant, and we gonna cruise town, eat chicken fingers and cookies and shit, and we gonna make a video. Like, hey, this is Young the Giant's new video. It's called Chicken Fingers and Cookies.
Chicken fingers and cookies with packs.
Yeah, exactly. With packs, baby. We doing it. Yeah, and he said he promised that he was gonna come on a live stream with me. Like, I got his number. Yeah, so I'm gonna text him and let him know. Well, it's probably late where they are, so I'm not gonna text him yet. But I'm gonna definitely let him know that we want to have him on a live stream. So everybody listen to some Young the Giant, listen to some Eric Kanata, listen to it. And when he gets on the stream, I want to actually have him, like how Jamil is, have him on the stream. But I'm gonna pull people in so you can talk to him one-on-one. You're gonna be able to talk to a superstar, a rock star, one-on-one. Ain't no other podcast doing that out there. So I want to let you, but I'm gonna ask him if it's okay. Because I want him to use this content for his channel too. Just some appreciation, some fan appreciation. Give everybody a couple of minutes to say, hey, man, I really like this music, or I like this song, or I like, just kind of show us we appreciate it. Because I'm glad he told me that band. Because now I bump that shit. I be rolling.
It's good music. Good music. It is,
man. And it's feel-good music, man. It's happy music. It's not depressing. It's not down. It's not annihilating and killing nobody. It just sounds really good. Like,
it's about the dollar store.
Oh, yeah. And I'm like, man, and I'm sitting there, bumping his loud. The guitar sound real good and crisp. The bass is deep. I'm like, man, it's got a full range of music in there. I like that, man. And that's how I listen to I listen to a lot of Jesse Cook too. So
I love Jesse Cook.
Oh,
I love you. Turned me on to that.
See,
and now I can't
people
stop.
Ride to it, dude. When people ride to Jesse Cook, it's like they're in Arizona for real. Mm-hmm. You're driving past cactuses, palm trees, lakes, nice buildings, cool cars, and you got Jesse Cook playing. It's like you're on vacation now.
and I have to admit it, you're the one who turned me on to it.
Oh, man. Hey, man, I'm glad you actually was receptive to it and said, I'll play it. And you played it, and now you like,
I did.
Yeah.
We went to go. I think we were going to Derek's house.
Yeah.
We went to put gas on in Costco, and then you said, "Listen to this. This is a good music." And I'm going, "Oh yeah, okay."
I was listening to Trip Manzana, Jesse Cook.
It hit me.
Tell you, man, it's like I love, and it's funny because we got, like, last night, somebody had a big party in my neighborhood last night because every week we have a mariachi band in our neighborhood every week. So it was like somebody had a big party. It was a lot of cars. Somebody had a big party, but I'm just used to listening to different cultures of music, and you start appreciating the tonality, the vibe, the stories behind it all. And so it really opens your mind up. I mean, a kid like me coming from the hood, I grew up rapping, listening to rap and everything else like that. But it's funny how I listen to rap now, and a lot of rappers are using like European artists' music in their music, like acoustic and stuff like that. They're using all their, acapellas and shit in the background. Kanye West uses a lot of rock and roll, a lot of alternative music in his music, producing his stuff. People don't realize how massive music really is. And it don't have to be a certain genre. It's a whole vibe.
It is. It's Middle Eastern music, Indian music, European sounds to it. Yeah. Spanish, Mamba type of things. So,
Yeah, and that's the thing, man. I like my riders in my car to have that vibe. When we're cruising and riding, they be like, dude, what is this? I like this. And most of the time it's something they've never heard, because I listen to a very eclectic plate of music. I listen to a lot of things. Even the younger kids be like, dude, I like this. What is this? And I'll be playing it. They be like, this is pretty cool. Who is this anyways? I like, oh yeah, you might like this. This is the Steve Miller Band. You might like this. Them little kids be like, Steve Miller Band. Like,
that's right.
This is real old school shit, lady. You gonna like this.
And that's one thing, we're pretty diversified when it comes to music. We like rap, we like classical, we like rock, we like new wave, new things. So
oh yeah. The Daytona says, hey, music calms the savage beast.
It does. It really does.
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
So man, but I appreciate you getting on, brother. I appreciate you getting on with me,
man. Thank you. Just, again, guys, it's going to be this Thursday and Friday. there's going to be a massive email, and it's going to hit all 100 people that signed up, and some of them have already been uploaded into the system, and some of them will not be uploaded until those pictures and pictures of professional cars are, and everything that you have there. So
Yep.
it's
So make sure.
important. It's important that you don't take this for granted. This is
Yeah.
the main point that I'm trying to make here.
Yeah.
Don't take it for granted, because right now it's free, but it's not going to be free. There's going
Nope.
to be
Everything
charges
changes.
down
Yeah.
the line
Yep.
just to upload certain things. Look, you even said it in previous podcasts that what Uber's trying to do now and what Lyft
Oh,
is
yeah.
trying to do in India.
Yep. Yep. Because people got to understand there's the industry, and we say that on this channel a lot. The industry has a lot of money in logistics. There's a lot of money floating around each economy. What these apps want to do is to tap into these economies and take our money out of these economies. Apps like Pax are tapping into the economy, leaving the money into the economy.
Leaving it in
So
the
if
town
you're
that you're
for
living
local
in.
economy and you're for doing local things, you got to understand what apps like Pax are doing. If you're sticking on Uber and Lyft, you're pumping out $20,000-$30,000 per year in just insurance costs alone outside of the economy. 20, 30 grand a year, and you're just giving away to another, investor or somebody else. And multiply that times 1,000,000 drivers, 1,000 drivers, 10. That's a lot of money we're just giving away to other people when we could be building this city here.
And we have already paid up front the insurance for the
Yeah,
cars. We did.
yeah,
We paid it. It's ready to go. But yeah, we can't just open it for the floods to go in there, and then people are sitting down like they are in Hum saying, "Oh, I don't get a pin. Oh, I don't
yeah.
have this." I like Uber and Lyft because they're always sending me something, even though it's a $2 trip or a $3 trip, right?
Yeah. And see, that's the thing and what you want to do is we want to make sure that the website, when people go to the PAX app and everything, and they open it, they have a smorgasbord of drivers in there. They got a great selection of drivers in there. So if you're not actually getting your professional pictures done for free, getting your intro done, your marketing intro done for free,
Free
and getting your bio made and getting all your car pictures put on there,
for
you won't
free.
be in that buffet. It's all for free. But when they open up that buffet and you're like, well, I'm signed up with PAX, but I'm not. I'm like, did you already put your plate up on the buffet? If you ain't put your plate up in the buffet, people don't know what kind of food you're preparing. You're
And
sitting in a back
exactly.
burner somewhere, and everybody who's got all their stuff done, when somebody pulls up the buffet, they see those drivers in the buffet. If you're not in the buffet, it's because you never completed everything you had to complete for free. And you sitting around going, well, I don't even know I signed up to this. I don't get no pings. I don't get no requests. I don't get no this and that.
No, I don't
Is
want
your
that
information done?
failure. I don't
Yeah,
want that failure. We wanted to have it in increments, and then it's going to happen in those increments. And we got
yeah,
to make sure that all the cars fit the need that we are stating, especially a luxury car, a
yeah,
black service car, whatever the case might be. Now,
yeah,
there will be open for everybody out there. It's going to
yeah,
be a thing that we can do, because remember, once we go to over 100, 200, 300 drivers, okay, we're going to have a different genre of requests coming through.
oh
Some of
yeah,
them are going to be immediate, some of them are going to be scheduled, it's going to be in different areas. So we have to cover all of that.
yeah. And the one thing I like about PAX, like I tell people, is the transparency and the level prices. You don't have to sit and argue about whether you're getting ripped off or they're charging more or less or this and that. With Uber and Lyft, we always wonder, wait, this person paid $23. Did they get upgraded or did they pay double? We don't know what they paid because there's no transparency.
And that's a great point. PAX is bringing in pure transparency. Pure. When I tell you pure, it's not, okay, listen, I know that Uber paid you $15. We're going to pay you 22. How did you come up with 22? Oh, we're paying you 22 because, you're paying an annual fee or a monthly fee or a weekly fee, whatever
Yeah,
the case might be. Here, listen, it's pure transparent. You're not paying a fee, you're not second guessing, and guess what? You're going to make more money than any of the three apps out there. More money. I can assure you of that.
Yep. The only thing you may not make more of is a private client. Because sometimes, like, I'll charge
Oh,
my private client 70 and they'll give me $200. I mean,
that
that's an anomaly. It's an anomaly. You're not gonna get that with any other. It depends on your specific client that does that. But there are going to be so many people who book you through packs that will use you repeatedly. Like, well, if my private client uses me once, maybe a month, on packs, somebody may use me once a week. So those 4 different pays are going to equal way more than what my one private pays me that one time they use me every week when they fly into town or whatever. Because you're on
100%
packs and they
correct.
can always book you on packs and they say, well, we do this every day. We do this every day. All of a sudden, you're like, I've had the same person 4 times this week. They keep booking me this week. Now that money's starting to roll in, it's starting to add up. Now you got that consistency. You got that dependability. You can rely on that money coming in. With Uber and Lyft, you can't rely on a certain ping coming in. Like here, if I go market at the golf course, I can rely on golf course pings coming all day. With Uber, they might send me down to the Dollar General to pick somebody up, send me to Walmart. They might send me to Circle K. I don't know where they're going to send me. That's the inconsistency with Uber and Lyft. You may only want a certain caliber of rider with Uber and Lyft, but you're not going to get that. You're going to get a bunch of weird shit with Uber and Lyft. You're going to show up and see 2 dudes with duffel bags and one on crutches and shit and be like, what the fuck is going on here? You get that with Uber and Lyft. With Pax, you don't get that. You know exactly what you're getting. All the riders are going to be like, you used us for the last, 3 rides. Now this is your 4th ride. You know who you're dealing with. And this is why I can't wait for people to actually have the content that we need to show people. If we could do it on Arizona, a small handful of drivers can build this in Arizona and challenge these 2 big apps with the systems they got. Any city can do it. Any city can do it. It just takes drivers who really understand the potential of the money out there versus on how to work hard to get it. Shit ain't gonna be free. It ain't gonna be easy. I tell everybody, this shit ain't easy. Your back hurts, your shoulder hurts, your legs hurt. You crawl out the truck kind of slow sometimes. But if you're willing to put that work in and make that money, then this is what it's all about. It ain't gonna be easy. Trust me, it's not.
Thank you. And I appreciate you bringing this up to the upfront to everybody. And the one thing I have to say about your channel, you say the truth. And whether you like it or not, at least you tell them the truth, what you feel.
Oh yeah, brother. I appreciate that, man. And like I said, I lose a lot of subs, but I gain a lot of subs. I've lost a lot of people along this path. People who have actually commented on my channel. I don't care about this channel. I'm unsubbing you because you suck. They probably said that when I had like 7,000 subs. I would never sub the channel. You were horrible. I said that. They said that when I had 5,000 subs. Your channel's not going to make it because your mouth and you cuss too much. They said that when I had 2,000 subs. We're at over 13,000 subs now. People are going to always talk shit to try to stop a train from going forward. But you stand in the front of the way of this channel, I will run your ass over. I've done it so many times. And a lot of people, I blocked more people off this channel than have left me because I don't even deal with people.
It's funny. We have a mutual friend. I won't say his name now. Someday I'll tell you in person.
Yeah.
But he goes, I can't watch Jeff's channel. I can't because he cusses too much. Now, this guy's addicted to your channel. He can't stop watching it.
That's funny. That's funny. Nicholas said the same thing when I was over here doing some work on his car. He says, man, I remember when I first started watching, and I was like, man, I can't listen to this guy. This guy don't know what the fuck he's talking about. Then he's like, holy shit, he knows exactly what he's talking about. That's funny shit. That's funny.
I
shit.
love it. I love it because
Yeah.
I have testimonials coming through left and right that will tell you how much they love your channel.
Oh man, I appreciate it. And you know what? Derek was on earlier. Your client Derek, he was here earlier on the channel, man. Did you pick him up today or something?
No, I didn't pick him up today.
He was on here. He was on the channel earlier.
Was he really?
Yeah, you'll see if you replay it, you'll see him in the comments. He was talking about going to Circle K and saying his name and getting the free
my God. He's probably still in Ohio.
Yeah, he is, man. So he was on her. You got to mess with him. You got to say, hey, man, I heard that shit you said on the podcast.
I know, I will.
I know he's funny, man. He's funny. But yeah, next time he comes out, we gotta do a video with him on the video so people can know who we're talking about. Yeah, this dude is straight comedy. He's hilarious.
He's so serious that if you saw him, you wouldn't think that he is as fun as he is.
Yeah, but see, that's the whole the fun and the matter of fact. Like he'll tell something like a story, just so matter of fact. He'll tell the story, and it's so funny at the end.
It is.
He'll just like the story will just end, and it's just funny as hell after that.
You start laughing.
It's like you waiting on the punchline. That wasn't the punch. That's really what happened. Like, oh shit. Yeah, it was in a diaper. What? Yeah, motherfucker, it was in a diaper. Diaper there. Like, yeah, man, and blah blah. He'll be telling the whole story, and at the end, it's like, yeah, and she was wearing a diaper. That's it. That's it. Derek, that's stupid, man. That's crazy. Yeah, never seen a lady wearing a diaper on a 10-speed.
Oh, that's funny. That's why we call it the barber shop when he gets in.
Yeah, exactly. The barbershop. That's it. We sit back and just kick back and relax, man. That shit's funny. When Jason said, I got to ride and start talking shit when you're on. I know that's funny. He says, you motherfuckers. I'm like, listen, motherfucker, let me tell your dusty ass something.
Eat a crusty donut.
Oh, yeah. Eat a donut.
Crusty
man. Eat a donut. I know, for real. So, man. So, yeah, man.
All right.
Appreciate you being on, brother. Almost a 4-hour live stream today. I'm going to call it good, brother. Man.
Go make some money, everybody. Go make some money.
Shoot out that email. I'm gonna probably come by and visit, and I'm gonna probably do a video while I'm out there with you guys, just to show everybody what we're doing with PAX. I'll shoot a video. So
thank you.
Pretty cool.
Thank you.
All right, brother. It's 7:00. You driving tonight?
Yeah, I'm gonna hit it out there.
All right, cool. I'm about to go jump master in the shower, grab me something to eat, man. That's it, brother. Let's get it. All right, Mr. Jamil, brother. I'm gonna see you later, my man. I'll see you later. Let me drop some music for you. There he is. That's the music right there. All right, Jamil had this is exit music right there. And that was my man Jamil. We call him Jamil for real. Up the hill and the guts he gonna spill when he sit around for real and tell you to deal with a banana peel. That's Jamil. But no, man, I appreciate you guys for rocking me on this live stream. Real talk, man. We be doing some long ones. I'm going to clip this up a little bit and drop a few of these things in individual videos. So y'all might see the individual videos drop. Porfino, always appreciate you. It's always a good time kicking it with my brother Porfino. And tell you, Tracy, hey, you be easy out there, lady, when you get your car back. Let's do some photos. Let's get you on PAX. You get that car back. We're going to make sure you in the group too, lady. You're going to be in the group too. We're going to, like I said, we're going to have a whole live stream coming up on something amazing pretty soon. I'm going to try to get Eric on. Don't forget, you guys, go subscribe. Young the Giant. Don't forget to subscribe. Eric Kanata. We want to make sure that this guy, when he comes to the barbecue, he feels very welcome. I'm going to end up bumping me some of my favorite music right now. Some of my favorite Young the Giant. Might play Dollar Store for a little bit. Might go play Fruit. I don't know yet, but I'll find out. Hey, Mind Over Matter is another good song. When y'all play that, y'all gonna be like, oh yeah, I like that. I like that. So getting crazy with that radio voice. I'm telling you tonight, this is the radio station, WATZ. Make sure you drop it down right now. You come on in, we get you $5 off every hot taco that you buy. And tonight you get a free cookie, 2 free hot dogs, and you get an Uber pass for your ass. I'm fucking with you. No, but man, I appreciate y'all, man. I'm out of here. I gotta go eat me something and shower and see what the hell these dogs is barking at. They've been barking all night. Take care, STL. Hey, man, next time I come out to St. Louis, man, we riding. I don't care what you say. We riding. The next time I come out to St. Louis, we doing some damage, brother. We gonna cruise around, but we gonna live stream and show everybody how St. Louis really get down. In the meantime,